wonder if we're gonna level up to level 7 today. That'd be crazy. You know, if we don't die
horribly.
I mean, I think Tulio lets us level up just so that Gromit has enough hit points to survive this crazy shit he keeps throwing at us.
Yeah.
Grom's a half-orc. It'll be fine.
Oof. It was really close last time. Like,
hey, even if he did do enough damage to wipe you out, you still would have had one very angry HP point.
This is true. This is true.
They fucked themselves over. They were like... But yeah, I think that thing I posted in the in-character roleplay thing, I was like, yeah, of course they'd got to Gromit first. They're gonna come in there and they go, okay, so we're gonna wipe out the bow person, the other bow person, the cleric, or the really, really, really giant, pissed off half-orc who does 28 damage a swing. Let's do that one.
Yeah, I'm still proud of my acrobatics thing that I did.
Yeah.
Oh no, that was great.
Yeah, Ain was definitely dead if that did not happen.
So that's... When you rolled that one, I felt for you. I absolutely felt for you. I was like, oh my gosh. On your first roll to have 2 failed saves immediately, like...
No.
And Sanson's intent on killing you or making a deal?
Like, Cyrus finally started making a friend in the group, and now he's gonna die.
I was just thinking, I had this other image in my head of this little gray squirrel sitting in front of a tombstone with his head bowed.
Oh god, that's Dante's villain arc. That's his beginnings.
It's a fucking evil squirrel. What happened? Oh, my dad died. Man, what a
tiny little tome in his hand that just contains little bits of gibberish.
It is. I think he's gonna turn out to be the BBG. It was Dante all along.
Hey guys, sorry about that.
You're good.
Hello.
It's all good.
I never really figured out what that means. Big bad evil guy?
Yeah, the big bad. Yeah, BBG, big bad evil guy.
Fair enough.
Like the big evil of the campaign.
Evil guy wasn't good enough.
Yep.
Nope.
Hello again.
Hello.
Hey, Tulio.
So, the last time you were trying to survive the, deadly to you, ride in the lightning rail, today we're going to try and break into the party of Montoulette. So, you reach Breland, and after unpacking, you get into your rooms, you rest a bit. I would ask you to roll, to make a long rest. You can't get bloodied onto the Montoulette with all the nobles and all high and fancy people watching you.
Rowan recovers. It takes a long rest and recovers 64 hit points.
Yeah. Tulio went at me last time.
Aid should have guessed the
It
whole
wasn't him.
I do not take responsibility. I find it extremely inappropriate that you meet here. I'm just trying to make a good story. I would never let off assassins into the train. Who fought them? What's of that? Where is the exit? How is that logistically making sense? It does not.
I mean, it wasn't even your idea. Aid had a crazy dream, and then things happened.
Exactly. And if Larkin ever finds out about
technically
this,
it's Aid's fault.
do it to him.
The thing is, Wade is now going to do that every night just because he knows it comes true now.
Perfect.
You're gonna kill us all.
Larkin's next. Larkin's next.
Just,
He's slowly going through the entire party. Next is Dante. That's the next character that we need
Well,
to
you're certainly
Squirrel.
going to get
That's
some
squirrel.
spoilers about the campaign, that's for sure, if you go with that route. That's at least the dangers. But I'll try to be as cryptic as it's physically possible.
So you
Just,
dare touch the squirrel.
no matter,
okay?
if anything is true, no matter who you see dead, just replace them with you, and then it'll be accurate.
Yes.
Larkin will gladly take the site for instead of Dante. The little squirrel.
Well, let's just say that there are no side. There's no signs in here. All of you are trying to survive, and that's what matters. So, you reach Breland, you rest a bit, but the question is, as you're going through and inspecting the outside of the Montulette and how does the thing work. Right now you can just see a couple of merchants going in and out. You see people carrying resources on the ship, from the ship. The question is, how are you going to get in? What is your plan? Have you thought about this?
If they have a camel or some other
Sinitar
pack
has a
animal.
thought.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. Go ahead.
If they have a camel or some other pack animal, we can clutch onto its underbelly and ride our way in.
Or-
I wish that was the case, but cities in Eberron often use flying boats, sky shards even, but not sky coaches, but not.
You know what? That would actually work much
camel.
better than clinging onto the underbelly. Clinging onto the bottom of the boat or ship.
Are there any drunkard noblemen who we could steal some of their noble paperwork from?
Great idea. Roll perception. You're going into the tavern nearby, the local drunkery, in order to check if there are some nobles that you could sneak a peek their passage of entry. And there is one that is bragging with money left and right. It's almost a miracle not to see him there in the tavern. What would you like to do with him?
Okay, so is he just bragging money with people?
Yes, he's just, he tells everyone about how rich his house is, that the house of Irdranot is incredibly famous because of his brother Balthazar Irdranot is going to be there. Everyone loves him.
Is this the kind of establishment where a person might play cards or games of chance?
Well, not particularly legally, but there's a dark corner which, features such individuals playing games of chance.
Well, I could we could potentially get at least one pass or paperwork from that guy, as I point over to him. I would just need help with the distraction. I was thinking maybe somebody could potentially challenge him to a game of cards, something like that. But do you guys have a better idea?
I considered finding someone who was good at forgery. Or if any of us had any skills at forgery. I don't think Natar does.
I don't.
Nope.
I have calligrapher supplies, but I don't think that would help much.
If we can get his paperwork, I could probably disguise myself as at least somebody who could pass as him.
But what about the rest of us? Like servants or, like...
I'm gonna be completely honest, fancy parties are not something I'm used to.
Tell me about it.
Natar would be, but I wouldn't. Or at least it's been a while, but So nobody has forgery kits or experience with forgery kits?
Nope.
Unfortunately, no.
All right.
I've seen a forgery or two, but I've never done one.
And we're new to this town, so Natar wouldn't even know where to look.
Well, to find someone who will be inclined to do such a job for you, like an investigation check.
Okay.
How
Like it's my top skill.
how drunk / hardy does this guy look? Like, does he look tough, or does he look like, he's definitely been inside most of his life, hasn't done a lot?
You have
And
never
therefore-
seen more wasted dragonborn in your life. He looks silly with his with the loss of control of his lips and teeth, almost closing his mouth like an animal of sorts.
Okay. How much attention are people paying?
Or how drunk is everybody else?
How drunk is everyone is celebrating the parade. Imagine a whole city and some of the merchants being in a drunken stupor right now. Everyone is celebrating. Everyone is glad. There is a big ball coming on the Montulette. There are guards, transporting crates and everything. Everyone is preparing to host this multi-house, multi-nation almost party. It's everyone has a bit of more money because the government of the city has deducted some funds in order to make sure everyone is having great fun.
With the spell sleep, would my character know if somebody would know if he tried to cast it on them?
If you try to cast a spell and you don't have the subtle, subtle property of your spell, so if you are, for example, a sorcerer, you would actually use both verbal, somatic, and material components. Verbal components are something that you cannot just whisper. It's for cleric, it will be like, Torm, aid me as you cast a spell. For mages, it will be a loud sparkling of thunder, fire, or some strange physical manifestations. And for you, since you're a rogue with magical abilities, you will be more of the wizard side, so it will be visually impressive, and you'll have to shout out the name of the incantation or spell you would like. So you wouldn't be able to do it quietly.
Okay, yeah, it's not because of my class, it's because of my race. That's the only reason I asked.
If it's racial spend, then goes with the same thing. If it doesn't specify anywhere on your feature tab that you can cast it without verbal components, then unfortunately it will be pretty visible.
Okay.
I've got a gaming set of chess, could challenge until a distraction.
I'm up for anything.
What if?
Anyone else got a better
I mean, so does anybody in our group have prestidigitation? Something that could make like a lot of noise, fireworks.
I have thaumaturgy.
All right, so what if everybody's partying and having a great time, what if Grommen jumps up on top of the bar and screams out loud that he's gonna buy a round for everybody? Somebody fire off fireworks above my head and see if that doesn't grab everybody's attention long enough for you guys to either pick this dude's pocket or knock him over the head and drag him out a back door. Something. If we need a distraction, I'm more than willing to risk Grommen to do it. But if this
might end up being a performance check.
yeah, if he's super drunk, I'm guessing it probably shouldn't be too difficult to either get him to follow one of us somewhere or confuse him into thinking we're somebody else and following us somewhere, or just getting him alone in a corner somewhere. Or we can rifle his pockets, maybe try and get his invitation.
any chance is a small piece of paper slipping out of any of his pocket?
You're lucky. You're not that lucky.
Fair. I mean, it's worth a shot, you know. I'm looking at, because I did multi-class into Rogue for 6th level. Just looking to see if I got anything here. No. What house did he say he was from?
He was from House Irdranot. If you would like to know more about the house of his, I will need a history check.
Okay. Do I have advantage from being born in a noble house?
Absolutely, go ahead.
Ah. Okay. Where's my roll? Oh, well, it's a good thing. Oh, you serious?
You don't recall anything about that guy. You think it's like a really minor house, insignificant.
Foundry hates me tonight. It's okay.
So, as a group, what skills do we have here that might be beneficial to try and get this guy either alone or where we can pickpocket him and not necessarily get seen? I mean, do we have...
I am proficient in sleight of hand, but
Me too. I've got a +7 in sleight of hand. I've got a expertise, quote unquote, in persuasion, but it's only a +6 for me. Perception is a +9. I mean,
So here's an idea. You think Aid and I could fake a fight, and I'll have Aid give me a good solid right cross, and I'll fall into this guy, and one of you can help pick him up off the ground and try to pick his pocket while you do it?
what if we both did it? This way, we can both grab an arm and we can both search pockets on either side of him quickly, because I think me and you actually have the same exact door and pit pocket, and we can just count that as an advantage for one of us if DM Tulio allows that.
I think that's an excellent idea.
Yeah. Well, Grauman's willing to get punched in the face if it helps you guys.
always have to discuss in the face. I can dream of anything more than some rush of cruelty being done. Absolutely. So, I will need 2 sleight of hand checks.
okay, you want me to roll where if I have to roll over 10, he gets advantage, or?
No. Seeing how that has transpired, I only need the the one for you and nothing else. Sorry,
Just me?
Your check and the check of Cyrus, and that's all.
Oh my god!
Ooh, and the rolls continue.
This
So,
is
Cyrus,
such crap.
you actually managed to do so. The check was of 11, so it wasn't particularly hard to get in. But Notar, as you were trying to, kidnap some things from the nephew of the aged Minister of War, Balthazar Idranot, you suddenly got caught by the hand, it would seem. By the hand again. Hit me again, Aid.
Okay, so she's been caught.
Yes, unfortunately, your friend
That
has.
nat 1, I mean, that's
I'm going to pull out my badge, my City Watch investigator badge, and I'm going to yell, "Stop right there, you criminal scum!"
He should have advantage.
Okay,
Come
so
on.
Cyrus, you have already snatched the document. Now I will need a deception check.
But
Try
there was
rolling
just
skill.
something on his jacket. Why? What are you doing? Let go of me.
He's firmly holding your hand. You can feel the alcohol coming from his mouth. My nephew will never let you go. You'll end with your days in prison.
All right, let's see.
You need a little less drink and a little more breath mint.
Deception, lest contest it by noble's insight. With disadvantage because he will be drunk. Oh yes, Inspector,
Oh my
I
God.
have caught this thief red-handed. See, and he shows the the red hand that has transpired after being squeezed too much by his bulky arm of a dragonborn.
Well,
Natara's
sir.
like wincing, like you
I
break
will-
it, you buy it. Let go.
I'll pick him up. I'll just kind of straighten out his suit a little bit. Like, I'm sorry, sir. Let me take care of this thief. And then I'm gonna grab her by the arm. And go, don't make any more trouble. And then I'm gonna walk off. I'm gonna attempt to walk off with her.
Okay, so you take Natar off with the company of another, which seems like right now is a bodyguard of the noble, which seems to be escorting you to the city guard.
Oh man.
Fucking hell, I wish I was my back right now.
Do I
She's
know?
gonna
anybody-
she's not gonna physically fight the whole way, but she's gonna argue the whole way.
Do I? Okay.
Just like,
who in
I'm
my
not a
group?
thief. I'm from House Grimshar. What the hell would I need to steal from someone for?
How?
Do I know anybody in the group who has a higher charisma than me, which is 0?
How many guardsmen are there?
There is only one. There is only one guard currently, and is escorting Cyrus with Natar in hands. Actually, right now.
So out of character, I do have high charisma whenever it comes to humanoids. What should I say? Any idea? Or should we just wait?
So I'm gonna assume that you were privy to this, as everyone else was. And I'm just going to look in your Knight. Assist me with this prisoner, and then hope that you get this guy away.
All right.
Okay, so Larkin is pretty much dressed like a knight, so that might work. So I would like you to roll a deception check.
All right.
It's a humanoid, after all.
Right away, sir.
Let's see, 20 will be contested by its insight, which, fortunately for you, he does not make. He's just a bodyguard, and for a fact, underpaid. He says that he will tell the noble that you have escorted him all the way to the city watch, winking at Natar. And now go rot in hell go rot in prison. Not in Kyber, not that he doesn't pay you that much. No, go in prison, he says to Natar, after leaving. And I was already preparing a bottleneck. So, you got one passage of entry.
Given how Larkin is dressed, he could probably pass himself off as like a bodyguard or personal assistant.
Yeah, he's in full chainmail as well, so he could probably pass off as a bodyguard.
Well, as a bodyguard of a noble, maybe. But you do have to remember that you have to find such noble, because the number of knights that are from the city watch is that is on the Montolet is pretty much set in stone. You can't just pose up, oh, I'm another knight. They know each other.
All right.
So what exactly is on this rite of passage? Is it a specific invite for one person? Does it have a name on it? Or is it kind of open-ended?
Well, it is an invite for a specific person. It lists proper stamp and handwritten signature of the Prime Minister of Breland.
So that's not going to do us any good without somebody to fix this up for us.
Yeah.
But now that we have one, we know how it looks. So they might be able to recreate a couple for us.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Natar, with an 11, you were not successful in finding a forger in time.
I figured that. Foundry hates me tonight.
Since my background knows how to find, generally, where the seedy underbelly of cities is, would I be able to potentially know where we might find one or get mugged? One of the two.
Oh, you got Thieves' Cant, right?
I have Thieves' Cant, but I also have the City Watch Investigator, which says that I have a general idea of where, both the good and the bad parts of town are, where the thieves like to hang out and where the guard is.
Okay, so you do know that the bad side of Breland is not currently, at least right now, in this current circumstance and in the time of a parade, most of the more expensive shops and shopkeepers and owners of, different small businesses are brought to the docks in order for people and nobles to buy as much material as it's possible for to power up the economy of the city. But you do know that if you were to grab a sky coach and get to the other side of the town, further from docks to the north, you'll be able to get to the poorer part of the city, where you might found one forger able to help you. But as you have already said, it won't be without risk, because all of the guards are currently in the docks, meaning that it's not a good time to be poor.
Going to relay that to the rest of the group. So I think our
Tar's
best.
just kind of standing there grumpy, arms crossed.
Would you like me to propose you a couple of ways you could do so? Or maybe give you a tip?
Would they be hiring extra muscle for this event?
Unfortunately, no. Everything is already staffed.
Okay. I figured as close as we were it wouldn't, but it never hurts to ask.
So, let me describe the ship. You do know that the southern part of the ship is, the lake, which the flow of is not particularly rough. The boat primarily stands in place in the opening to the city, so it's not dangerous to swim in it. The guards, currently, because we are currently in the first part of the day, say morning to noon, currently there are only 2 guards guarding the place while other people are going in, mostly servants are going in with stuff that is going to be used during the actual party. You see musicians coming in, and it's really peculiar musicians. You see that there's only one person actually operating the music, and she is currently mounting mechanical pieces of automatons that will function as musicians. And
What are the servants wearing? Are they in a specific garb?
actually, no. the staff right now that is going in right now are mostly laborers, which are, wearing whatever they want. It's not the part to the party yet. You will need to wear more noble-looking clothes while you're serving on a party, but right now, in preparation, no such thing is being done.
And we have not gotten our clothes yet, correct?
No,
we?
as in you, as I understood it, you are going from the rail station to the tavern because you were thinking of a way to get in. So you went into the local tavern. There was the whole mishaps with the Irdrenaut's house, which is going to come back. And now you are with a scroll of pedigree, and you wonder what to do about it. So you'll be near the center of the town, near the building of the City Watch. I'm assuming that's where Larkin would actually be going to catch you as you come out, not to be too suspicious of it.
Just because successful thieves who are good at what they do are no longer poor, in the rich part of town, did I see any more shady-esque looking people or any indications that somebody might be working for a guild where if I threw them some thieves' cant, they may or may not respond to me?
Roll perception.
Natar has Thieves' Cant too now because of my multi-class.
Let's see.
So we could kind of have a low discussion and see if anyone hears us.
So, Cyrus, while on the street, a peculiar thing unfolds to you. You see someone with a really sharp, a bit concealed dagger. You spotted because of your on-par perception skills. He's currently using the dagger, unfolding it and sheathing it in a matter of seconds in order to cut purses of unsuspecting nobles. It's like watching a master at work.
Love it.
I guess I'll go ahead and approach him and start. Honestly, I'm pretty sure Thieves' Cant's more of like a hand gesture thing, but I don't know if it has any verbal components to it. But I'm just gonna start subtly.
It's also like gibberish, like, my, what wonderful cucumber apples you have today.
All right. So I'm gonna walk up to him, my crazy Thieves' Cant, and go, the sun sure is blue today, blah, blah, blah. Like basically just all this weird stuff, and to basically ask him if he can, if he or anybody he knows can make forgeries.
So, what happens is the man sort of, first of, he's surprised that someone has spotted, that someone interrupts his work, and with asking manner, he lets out a question seemingly out in the air. And who in the gods will pay me for all that hard work?
I'm going to jiggle my little coin purse and be like, how much does someone in connection with the gods need to pay?
He's going to jiggle his slightly larger coin purse, telling you up front, well, I myself am a pretty good man at what I do, and I wouldn't let even a goat stop me from what I'm currently doing.
You have other friends who might be a bit more willing to take easy money? Easier than what you're doing now?
He charishly laughs and tells you that the money is always easy, and he didn't say he's not interested. However, he would like to eat a bigger pie than the cupcakes that you present.
Hey, Grommen, how intimidating are you?
A little bit.
Is he human? I mean, what is he?
He's a halfling. He almost has
He's a
to
halfling.
jump to the pockets. He has a smug smile, really brown, lusty hair that is just sort of curling around. He's the
The epitome of a typical halfling.
imagine a Greek god instead of a thief that snatches your wallet. He will snatch your wallet and your heart.
My one weakness. Do you do the strength rule for intimidation, or
Yes,
do you just?
I can also change the modifier from intimidation to strength instead of charisma if you like. So
If you were
Roman
going to do your
will end up with +8 instead of +2.
Wait. Roman, how would you like to intimidate a small halfling into working for us instead of giving us the runaround?
Can I pick him up and dangle him by his feet and see what comes out of his pockets?
I don't give a shit what you
We're
do.
in public.
We're
We are in
thieves.
public, yeah.
So, if you are willing, if
Okay.
I were to call you over, would you come over?
Sure.
All right. Well, I'm gonna call Grumman over, and as he comes out, never mind. I'm gonna let Grumman do what he does. I'm not gonna do anything else.
Grumman,
I was gonna pull out my badge,
Something
but
about the grapple attempt, is that correct?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the last part of that, Tulio.
I heard something about the grapple attempt. Is that
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah. So if Cyrus is asking me to come over and grab this this little halfling, I'll without even a second thought, I'll just come over and grab him.
Okay.
Can Natar come
grapple.
over and just kind of block from view, like stand in front of them maybe, like facing outward?
There's so
like a
many
lookout.
parades and people causing problems left and right. The knights are they do barely manage to contain them. So, Grumman, I would like a grapple check.
And that's just straight strength, right?
Or athletics.
Or athletics.
Yes.
Excellent.
Let's see, that's a natural 20. So, the thief, rather acrobatic and nimble, stands no chance against your solid and rather hurtful grip. And how would you like to continue?
I've got him, Cyrus. Now what do you want me to do with him? And I'm just kind of shaking him back, shaking him back and forth like a rag doll in front of Cyrus.
all right.
What
So
happens, as you shake him down, suddenly dozens of pyramids, scrolls of pedigree start falling down. Along with the money.
It's like a halfling pinata.
and I'm going to, at this point, now that we've thoroughly embarrassed it, I'm going to pull out my City Watch badge. I'm going to put it in his face. So, you can either go to jail, or you can do what I ask, or we can go neither way, and my nice tall green friend here can do whatever he wants. Maybe he'll take all your gold. So, what do you think, Grumman? What do you think he should do?
Grommen is gonna try to intimidate this little guy a little bit and kind of he's gonna go the traditional like giant route and pull him in close and be like, I think I want to grind his bones for my bread, and I'm gonna squeeze him just a little bit.
Roll athletics.
Love it.
Let's see how little bit it will be. So the man, while being in great pain, also knows to be quiet, to not attract unwanted attention, because you might as well snap his neck at this time. He points over to the map, seeing that if you let him go, he will tell you where to find a ford.
So Grommen's gonna
And
look at
how many-
Cyrus. Yeah, Grommen's gonna look at Cyrus to see
many-
if we believe that.
All right.
Roll
I'll
insight
roll.
check.
Okie doke. All right, let's. Insight. And boop.
So,
29.
Cyrus, you have the feeling that while he's telling the truth, he doesn't exactly tell the whole truth.
Look, I've been doing this long enough to know if someone's bullshitting me, and the next time you don't tell me everything about a situation, I am gonna let him just have his way with you. As I'm picking up the pedigree, I'm like, so if you don't want to lose any more money, or, teeth, bones, ligaments, I really don't care. I would go ahead and tell us where we're really supposed to go.
He tells you, knowing that Grom might as well start grinding his bones again, he tells you to go through the backside because the front side is terribly trapped.
Oh, I feel like that was really easy, wasn't it? What do you think, Grumman? Do you think that was easy enough just to let him go?
I think it's as easy as letting my friends punch me in the face for fun.
That was fun.
It really didn't take a lot of convincing, did it?
Are you letting him go?
I think Grumman should just carry him to the back. Like, why put him down and give him a chance to try to escape? I say we just carry him. Like a little halfling football.
Whatever Grumman wants.
So he said going in the front was dangerous, but going in the back was safe.
Yeah, and how true? Okay, can I roll? Do I need to roll insight to know how true that was, or does the 29 get me there?
So 29 first roll was for the map, so if you don't believe me, you can try rolling insight yet again.
Not that I don't believe him. It's just trust but verify.
Yes, trust indeed needs to be verified. Right now, he seems to be telling the truth, and despite of being scared, he now seems to be roughly annoyed by the whole situation that he's still in Grumman's arms after telling the truth.
All right. Tell me, if we put you down, are you going to cause any trouble us for the future, or are we just going to lessons learned and we part this as friends?
He, in sort of bemusement on his face, he starts telling you, "What the hell lesson are we talking about? You assaulted me on the street."
No, I stopped a coin first. And now, instead of taking you to jail, I'm going to let you go. I feel like that's a fairly nice trade on your end.
Well, thank you. Oh, so kind. Can I get your name?
I don't think that's very important. But tell us, if we let you down, are you going to cause trouble for us?
Or do I have to rip both of your arms off?
Please don't make him do that. This is my third pair of clothes this week.
Roll intimidation, please, Grumman. No, I won't. Now let me go.
Then I get. Let's see.
He's definitely dreaming in his hand about the thousands of ways he's going to impale you, stab you, poison you, stretch you out, torture you, nail you to the floor, bash you in the head, and some other adjectives.
All right, but
he's trying to act it cool.
So
he,
Can
in other
Tara
words,
walk
he's
over?
bullshitting me.
Yes.
All right. Grumman, I don't like the look in his eye. Something tells me he's not someone to learn a lesson real quick. Maybe, he should tear an arm off.
Okay.
And when I say that, how scared does he get?
I don't have a halfling arm in my bag of trophies.
You can see him taking a large, deep breath, and suddenly the cacophony of the scream you can hear as he shouts, "Guards! Murderers!" is almost staggering. You can see that people are starting to look in your way in the little alley that you're doing the whole thing. He seems to be more inclined to just rat himself out, even if it causes you trouble.
Can Grumman bop him on the head hard enough to knock him out?
Sure. Roll athletics again.
Ugh.
Unfortunately, it wasn't particularly successful as he screams on, and you can actually hear the clunking of metal as guards are starting to approach the alley.
The second he screams, I'm going to cast Fog Cloud around us.
And I'm going to cast Sleep on
Okay,
him.
so guards are going there even faster now, knowing that there is something shady going on since there are spellcasters inbound.
All right, and then Sleep, just to see. Is that enough to put him to sleep?
It's not enough to put him to sleep.
Damn it! This is a worthless. All right. So I suggest we start to run.
Yeah, let's just start. I think I should just tuck this, like, one hand over his mouth, halfling tucked up as tight to my side as possible, and I'm running like it's football.
You're running with him.
Natar is gonna pick up
Yeah.
coin pouches as we run.
Yes,
Coin pouches and the pedigree papers.
Cyrus, where are we going?
Anywhere that's not right here.
All the way over there, he's shouting, "Guards, guards!" As the guards are now less concentrated on the fog cloud, and Natar can focus on picking the coins and the pedigrees quickly as they run. Natar is not the one in danger, but our friend Roman and Cyrus are, as they are currently abducting a member of the Breland community.
So can we dodge like left to a corner, and as we do so, I am gonna yell at Natar, "Open up your bag of holding."
He'll die.
Cool.
Okay,
We won't
I
get
have
arrested.
Something better. I have something better, and I'm going to say 3 or 4 of those pedigree papers I had. I'm going to shove them in his pocket. And then I say we wait for the guards to report that we found this man cutting purses. He has multiple coin purses on him, too. Unless someone has a better idea.
You can actually put someone in the bag of holding without,
Yeah, and then they're gonna realize that something happened to him. So better to make him look guilty than to put ourselves in even more trouble. I don't
sure
want
the
my
guard-
bag of holding confiscated, considering what's inside of it.
Also, this guy looks way more like a murderer than we do. Just look at him.
You look at his beautiful face, as the part of it trying to bashed by Grumman, and he still looks good. So no, you wouldn't actually.
Nobody that good looking has never done something evil.
What do you guys want to do?
I say
Stuff the papers and just make him look guilty.
stuff the
Plus
papers,
coin pouches.
make him look guilty, and throw him at the guards.
I don't think the throwing is very necessary.
Honestly, I just want to hurt him. That's just me. I don't like people like this.
I mean, I
So
understand.
okay. So Natari is gonna put her gold pouch on the guy.
He has
And
multiple
when
gold
the-
pouches for himself. Like, he has a ton of them on him.
Natar, I'm
Listen.
sorry to break it to you, but they are actively running. You picked up the coins. You wouldn't be able to partake.
I thought we
okay.
stopped. Okay. Because they're like bag of holding, and I'm like, no. Okay.
So,
Sorry for the whole. I thought that you were telling this as a player, not as a character.
Yeah, let's turn it on.
So there's Cyrus and Grumman. Are you going with the plan to make him look guilty?
Roman, I think you need to keep running, honestly. People are racist. I think you need to get out of here. They're more likely to believe me if it's just me. I mean, look at me. Look at my arms, or lack thereof. They're not going to think I was violently attacking this person.
So, yeah, Grumman will happily turn the halfling over to Cyrus, and he'll quickly tell the group, I'm going to try and disappear into the crowd, and I will try to use a little bit of my folk hero background to see if I can't find some commoners that may recognize me and will give me a place to hide.
And then I will attempt to, with the rope I have, I will attempt to tie this man's hands behind his back and put him down like as if I'm arresting him.
Okay.
I'm gonna run out to the guards and I'm gonna salute them and say, "Soldier of the Syrian regiment, we've caught the bad guy. Can you help us?"
I'm sorry, but Syrian is not under legislation here. We are under Breland's law.
I know.
Excuse me, as the guards pass, what is going on here?
Just caught myself. Sorry, I'm not used to running anymore. I just caught myself. A pickpocketer.
I would like to inform the guards that I am not, in fact, a pickpocketer one. See the bruise on my face, my unfit clothing that they made by chugging me down the streets, trying to abduct me. I am not at fault here, dear guards, and I can prove it. See, I was just walking by the street, as I always do in this god-forsaken parade, and then they decided to just pawn on me.
Oh boy.
Like I'm some sort of a villain.
1, you smashed your face falling onto the ground. 2, your pockets are full of gold you've stolen and paperwork.
And he looks at his now empty pockets with
No,
no
we
left
refilled them.
on the ground.
No, I threw stuff back in them while we were running.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
the stuff.
Yeah.
He said he stuffed the papers back in.
And any
Okay.
gold pouches I had, I put in there.
Well, how do we know if you are not a thief? Do you have any gold on yourself?
I do. And then I'm going to stand up, and then I will allow them to search me.
Now, Cyrus, do you still have that scroll of pedigree you stole?
No, I shoved everything in his pockets.
You shoved everything in his pockets.
You
not
did
the gold.
specify, yes.
Okay, so if you shoved everything in his pockets, the guards will pursue your task. They will search you up. Knowing that you have been willingly searched up, do you have any illegal items, by the way? I have to check.
Only if a short sword or a short bow is illegal.
No. Short sword and short bows are not illegal, but they do confiscate the thieves' tools that you have on you.
That's fair.
And then they search the thief.
Oh, also, they would have found my my badge from working with the city guard in whatever city I came from.
Oh, you're right, the badge. Okay, so if they will search it, they actually will let you keep the thieves' tools for investigation purposes.
Yes, sir.
And they go to Fersin Alexidor, which he introduces himself in. You're yourself your first villain. As they find the scroll of pedigree, they have been looking around for at least 2 to 3 hours. That's how long it's been from the tavern incident, where the Irdranot member of the family has gone into the city watch reporting his missing scroll of pedigree. And they find it inside of his pockets, which causes them to just restrain him into manacles and give you your gold back.
Do you guys have any water? I'm just gonna look super winded. Like, I appreciate it.
They just give you a water skin that they carry around as per one.
All right, take a drink from that. Thank you. It's been a long time since I've had to do this. But thank you, boys, for showing up so quick.
Well, we would like to thank you. Balthazar Dranot is going to be on that party. I'm sure if you, word spread around quickly, you might even get yourself a way in for... Are you alone in this town?
I do have some friends, but we had split up earlier from a bar we were visiting. Do you guys have an event going on here? I actually just arrived.
Well, we are having a parade with the main part carrying out in the Montulette, but I got to say, with capturing the one that stole the Scroll of Pedigree from the nephew of Balthazar Idranot, you might even get yourself an entry. As a servant, of course, but even working as a servant might prove beneficial to you. There's good food around there, lots of connections.
Do you have... my friends were actually traveling looking for work. Is there any way... I, of course, personally vouch for them. Any way, I don't know if you guys need any other guards or servants. Really, we're desperate for money, so whatever you need us to do, we can do.
Well, we heard that the cook got a vile food poisoning last week that discredited him from the place. The staff was actually looking for that, as well as the City Watch was supposed to ask for cooks, but with so many people around here and so many wretched thieves, as he shouts at the halfling now in manacles, it's not that easy to find a proper set of cooks around. Do you have any cooking experience?
I personally don't, but now that you say that, I'm pretty sure one of my traveling companions does.
Well then, I suggest to have an inquire at Montulette itself. There are 2 colleagues of ours currently guarding the place. So let's just say that Eldranor has sent you, and you'll pretty much go on. They'll pay you after the hours.
Well, you know what? I really appreciate that. You have a good day, sir. I'm gonna reach to shake his hand.
He shakes back yours only to escort the thief. Can I get a perception check on the thief?
Let's see here. Why do I keep closing out my character sheet when I need it?
He's going out with manacles.
No! So close.
So you haven't seen it in time, but as you were escorting him, the halfling was already unshackling his manacles with a hidden hidden little mechanical part that he had inside of his sleeve. And after you actually managed to spot something amiss is carrying on, he already ran out and disappeared in the crowd really easily because of his short size.
Better get on that, and then I'm gonna power walk away.
Power walking. Good that you specified. I'll add an extra 5 feet to your movement.
It's like 6 a.m. grandma walking in a mall. I'm out of there.
Okay, so you found yourself one possible hook to get in on the Montulette. Now, you need proper clothing. They're not just going to let you in with armor and such.
Larkin can dismiss his shield and sword, and he has a set of fine clothes he can put on.
I will recant what happened to the rest of the party and see what they want to think.
Natar has experience with cooking, so.
Figured. I was like, Ranger has to have.
Yeah.
It's really hard to make shit out in the woods taste good.
So my art isn't gonna work. She's gotta wear a cook's uniform. Damn.
You could be the best dressed cook in there. Nobody said.
No.
What I was thinking is potentially just to have people on multiple levels. We can have servants. Natar did run off with a few papers of pedigree.
So what did? There's no way. Did we get all the pedigree papers and money at him, or was Natar able to pick anything up?
You were actually able to pick some of the still present papers up.
Okay. Are they? Well, I wouldn't be able to notice. Are they forged or are they real?
They are certainly real. They belong to a couple of, many names, many races written on them. There's like more than a dozen of them, aren't
Okay.
If you would like to get on as a noble instead, I'm sure that with a really easy, so like a DC 10 deception check, it would work.
We also still do have the forger's office.
I think Natar will just go in as a cook. The way my day is going, let's just not risk it. But she'll show the pedigree papers to everybody else, to the other people, and see if they want any or think that they can be useful for them.
We could put Larkin in as a noble, and then have Aid and Grumman as his bodyguards, or one of them can come with me as a servant. Because we are looking for someone, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like the more...
I mean, Natar can come in as a servant. I just don't want her to try and pass a deception check. Yeah, we're looking for a possible assassin.
Okay, so I feel like
What I remember.
the more spread out our eyes are, the better.
Right.
So I feel like if you're the cook, you'll have a perspective from there. If I go in as a servant, I'll have my perspective from there. If somebody else came, and then also a perspective from a noble and a noble's guard would also bring us different perspectives. So I feel like the more perspectives we can have, the better.
Oh, 100%.
Well, if I could grab a little comment on that, while servants do not wear, armor, nobles like to appear in such, even though it doesn't make any sense.
I feel like Ramen and I do not wear armor, so I feel like we might be best off as servants. If we get into a tussle, we're not wearing armor anyway. So it might be best for Larkin and Aid to go in as noble and guard. I don't know if everyone else is in agreement with that.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah. Yeah, Grauman's not going to pass as much of anything other than either a guard or a common laborer.
Did I pick up any coin pouches, Tulio?
Yes, you do pick up a couple of coins. I'll mark it as 100 gold pieces.
Cool.
He was a master thief after all. It's just you have severely foiled his plans.
Well, I hope he doesn't come out in public again, because now the guards know who he is, but whatever. As of right now, I'm going to call that a net positive. Maybe later I'll think different, but right now, net positive.
All right.
So, who wants to go as nobles? Who wants to go as guards? As staff, sorry.
Natar will go in as a cook.
I will be going
Okay.
in staff.
So Natar, Cyrus, and Grumman are going to initially go out as staff. And then we have, so you can actually go in right in to check what's on Montulette and how the whole party will transpire. So you are already in. Unfortunately, Aid and Larkin will have to wait a bit. While on the Montulette, would you like to do something?
Just a quick question. With us kind of working our way on board here, I'm guessing because we're trying to look like servants and that kind of thing, we don't have any of our weapons and that kind of stuff with us, correct?
Well, you wouldn't be able to carry on weaponry that's easily seen, so your battle axe needs to be either hidden in a way or brought in by someone to sneakily just throw overboard, this sort of thing.
I feel like Larkin could probably, if he's the noble, he could walk in with whatever weaponry he likes, probably.
Again, Larkin can just dismiss his weaponry, so that's
exactly. So this way, if you need to, you can throw that to Grommen, and then you can call your stuff.
Yeah,
Are people being checked for weapons as they get on?
You aren't necessarily checked for weapons. It's just the knives are, because you haven't caused anything for the guards to be suspicious of you yet. And remember, you are coming off as guests of honor. So if you were to go in and just grab all your equipment into a chest, seeing it's supplies like cooking utensils, they wouldn't probably check that.
So I know what I want to do. Natar is going to buy a chest, a longish chest, and something that we can put like the weapons underneath and a fake board on top, and then some cookingware on top of that.
Okay, so this is actually a chest with a fake then is awfully specific. That will cost you 20 gold pieces.
Okay. Done.
Okay, so marked off, you buy a chest with the fake brown in order to get off your weaponries, and assuming you spend with the 20 gold pieces, you can say that like one went off to buy all the cooking utensils, all the cover-up that you need. And since you are already trusted, you, Grommen, and Cyrus deposit your weapons into the chest, get into the Montulette safe, and the guard just instruct you of where everything is as you are heading into the lower deck, into the eastern part of the ship in order to start cooking.
And Natar will take as much time as permitted or possible to look at the menu to just kind of familiarize herself with stuff.
Okay, give you a minute. What can you cook for the upper class?
Are you asking me or are you asking yourself?
No, I'm asking myself.
Okay, that's what I was just checking.
So, today the menu is as follows. 8 positions.
Yes.
Mockfish salt broth with pickled plum dumplings. Black acorn soup with snow noodles. Cream of sour strut soup with a tomato seed bun. Cellar mushrooms and cabbage leaf rolls. Miasma fish, dried and fried in a mustard bread sandwich. Nectar jelly on white sponge roundels. And some sweetened ground bitter seed buttons with cherries. Going on with a hot rowan berry crumble.
Okay. I only got about 3 of that, but okay. She'll figure it out. Are there any recipes?
Look at the menu and knowing how many different dishes are, you can still have a couple of hours to figure it out.
Yeah. Are there any recipes there, or was the person just expected to know it?
So the person was actually expecting you to be quite capable. That's why I will need a performance check or cooking utensils check.
I don't have utensils, but she does have cooking experience. Shit. Okay. I'm gonna food poison everybody. I'm sorry in advance.
Well, then we're going to have a food poisoning event, and that's it.
Yep.
See?
Here it comes.
We're going to
What
go
the
back a
hell?
couple of hours. Right now that
Can't.
the soup seems fine to you.
Fucking half-orcs. Good God.
This is such crap.
Yeah.
Don't worry, it's not bad. It's
A
entertaining.
nat what? Not bad.
Hey,
Not
it's
bad, not bad.
it's only your second one of the night out of 3 rolls. It's fine.
Yeah, right. That's it.
Also, fuck these people. Who cares?
She's gonna tell everybody like, don't eat the food.
And you turn around and Grauman's eating raw chicken.
Oh, you're fine. There's no chicken on the menu. You're fine.
Yeah, that's good work.
So, have any of the guests arrived yet?
Give me a moment.
Cyrus, do you think we should try to talk to any of the other servants that might be down here?
Probably not the worst idea. I was going to check to see if anybody, is looking extra nervous, but
I mean, can't like cooking be like dexterity or medicine or sleight of hand?
well, I mean, hey, you had to cook so much out in the wild to survive, so maybe survival.
Survival, right? I mean,
And this is a matter of survival because if you poison people, we're all dead.
I am really reluctantly, because I want you to succeed, saying no on this. A natural 1, despite the skill that you're going to use, is still a natural 1. Therefore, continuing. As dim light falls over the docks, the shadows deepened by the arcane lights tied to the ship resting near the waters. The metallic thread woven into the ship's crimson sails glitters as the light casts their glow over it. On the docks, you have dozens of well-dressed guests that exchange pleasantries as they wait in line to board the ship, where the armistice ball seems to start to go on in a full swing. 8, Larkin, can I get a deception check while we are trying to get in?
Alright.
Can I guidance the both of
That was
us?
perception. Sorry, let me reroll, please.
Unfortunately, you can only guidance one of you.
Okay, well,
Perfect. I would have won with the first one, but I rolled again because I messed up.
okay, could I... Is it too late to ask? Can I decide to give it to Larkin?
Unfortunately, it's a bit too late. Larkin already made his check. Make
Okay.
yours.
Okay, well, I'm gonna do guidance on myself then.
Go forth. Roll it with a d4. Okay, so while 8 easily gets in, on the other part of the line, in the second line, you see Larkin is currently being basically shown the finger in the direction that is not the ball.
Larkin sighs and says, I'm sorry, I just wanted to go to the ball. And walks off sadly.
Aww.
So, Larkin, with that, everyone is currently on the ball, but not you.
Yep.
How would you like to get in?
This is a ship at sea, right?
Yes. At a canal, let's say.
Fucking Aquaman it. Alright. He's going to jump. He's going to jump into the water and try and sneak aboard.
Okay, roll a stealth check.
Alright.
Okay, with a 17 in stealth, it's almost a miracle that the other party members were not able to see a soaking wet Larkin stumble into the deck of the ship. But you're in. As you walk through a little window, you find yourself in a kitchen that you don't know how the hell the people in here can't smell the food that they are cooking, which reeks of food poisoning, but now you can. I think it's something that goes on with staying in the room for too long.
He says, "Dear God," and just turns on his heel and walks out of the kitchen.
And 8, you're able to walk right on the montulets without any problems. So 8, from your perspective, since you are right now on the top deck, while the other party members are currently in the kitchen, still waiting for an opportune moment to go out. You see that while you're on the deck, that bright lights and pleasant music emanate from the deck. You see color lights that engulf the scene in a calm, prismatic glow, and the guests that mill about the deck, dressed in fine clothes and jewelry. Most of them engrossed in conversation or are listening to the band at the front end on the western end of the ship. On the forecastle, a female gnome is holding a conductor's and is controlling a quartet of mechanical creatures. All of them are holding different instruments. These constructs are shaped like farm animals that stand on their hind legs and are dressed in military uniforms. There's a dog playing a flute, a horse playing a drum, a pig playing the lute, and a cow playing the violin. They play a jaunty tune, much to the amusement of onlooking guests.
Okay, I don't know. Can I look about to see if there's anybody with the symbol of the silver flame about?
Symbol of the silver flame. Yes, roll perception. Unfortunately, you don't find anyone over here. The curator of the ball is going to start to invite the guests of honor, which is also a good time to get out of the kitchen.
Does Natar? I'm assuming Natar stays in the kitchen.
No. As in, the food has already been prepared, only to be carried by other servants. You're actually free to go.
Oh. Can we say she brought an extra outfit then, and she can't be identified as the person that's killing everybody?
Do you have a disguise kit?
Cyrus can disguise.
Okay, Cyrus, roll a disguise kit check. Let's see how well you manage to disguise Natar.
Tulio, you're having way too much fun making us roll as much as we are tonight. I'm just saying.
Okay, let's see.
Well, it's my fun, and I'm going to enjoy it while that.
To find that roll, let's see my character sheet. To use can, that's not it. To use tool.
You do not have a disguise kit in your items. I'm just changing it for you. It should be right now or the thieves.
Okay. That should add my proficiency.
Your proficiency, so at least a +3, and your wisdom, so a +4, giving you a total of 20. So you managed to prop up a proper disguise for Natar that only the most practiced eye would be able to see through.
We say she's wearing like a bottom face scarf that kind of hides part of her face?
Already included in the disguise.
Okay. I just wanted to be sure.
Alright.
And you manage to get to the top deck, where you see your friend Aid currently lurking around in the hall. As you see, one of the tiefling nobles that is currently on board seems to try and start to have a conversation with him. She grabs Aid by the arm and says, "I don't recall seeing your face before. Tell me, I like hearing voices. They often have the most interesting thing to say. Might you enlighten us with your opinion about the war?"
The war. It changed my life. Everything about me has changed because of the war. It's a touchy subject for me.
Oh, I understand. You must be one of the more military families. We are incredibly sorry for interrupting. Enjoy your stay, and if you want to grab a drink or two. And she just winks at Aid playfully.
It's just, is she offering him a drink right now? Like,
No, she's offering you to grab one, not offering you one. She's no servant, mind you.
no thanks. And I'm just gonna walk over to Gromman, looking a bit dazed.
She looks bedazzled on how could you reject her advances and instead go into a bulky orc, but she doesn't judge.
I sense some judgment there anyway. But, all right.
He doesn't judge much.
Yes, much. Anywho, the curator of the ball is now going to introduce the guests of honor. First, Cesar Yair-Star. She's introduced as the daughter of the city's governor. Now, the next one, you see Lee Ryan Curley. She's a halfling, old and grouchy, wears modest clothing, and is the elderly matriarch of a large family of halfling wine merchants. Next, you got Mercutia Irgontarli, the youngest daughter of the Speaker of the British Parliament. She is a human wearing golden jewelry, including golden hairpins that decorate and strike a nice contrast between her flowing black hair. Next, you have Oliver Irvolette. You see he wears an elegant suit and has this serious expression that rarely changes. You see him talking around to a couple of guests, and no matter what they tell him, his expression doesn't seem to change even a bit. He's sparsely jeweled, wearing only a black ring on his right hand. Next you have Tybalt Irstar, the eldest son of Rhodes' governor. He wears a colorful, low-cut tunic and has done his dark hair up in a really complicated, unrealistic style. You might suspect that even it's being held up by magic. And the last one, Balthazar Irdranotz, aged minister of war, white dragonborn, pragmatic, kind-hearted. His white scale have these gray-green edges signifying age, and he wears long robes decorated with intricate designs. You can see that the first thing that Balthazar actually does is he wants to head off to the kitchen in order to thank the staff that is supposedly being hired here. Does any of your characters intervene?
Nope.
I mean, if he's looking for staff to thank, I won't necessarily avoid him. Cyrus will be looking, is basically trying to check out everyone.
And Larkin will try and intercept him on the way to the kitchen. Mr. Balthazar, I'm a huge fan. That thing that he did with the government, it just completely changed my life.
Change your wildlife in the waterway. You are You're soaking wet, my boy.
I'm sorry, I sweat a lot.
It's the sweat. He's so nervous.
Oh, I do appreciate your kind tone. Guess I can meet the staff of the kitchen a bit later. Do you mind having some gossip? I specifically love engaging in some.
Yes, actually, I do. I'm gonna use one of my lore points for that.
For what? What do you want to know?
I want to know some local gossip that I picked up while researching.
Okay, some local gossip you picked up, striking as a good balance between what Balthazar said and you. And after a couple, so you don't need to roll any checks right now, otherwise I'll just have to roll. After a while in conversation, you learn that Balthazar seems to be particularly afraid for the governor's daughter, Staria. She seems distant to him tonight, and he personally fears that she will make ill choices in love, and it all will only end up hurting her in the end. He suspects that one of the suitors in here tonight might be her love interest.
Oh, sir, I don't mean to offend, but perhaps I could keep an eye on her to make sure that nothing amiss happens.
Well, if you'll be so kind, I'll be in debt.
Larkin will give a little bow and just ask where to be directed.
Well, Staria has already went on board, hasn't she?
Yes, sir, but basically I'm trying to figure out what direction my character would wander on.
Oh, what her character might have wandered off. Well, currently the people are sort of gathering to the first event of the night, the poetry recital.
Okay.
You see that Tibble Earstarn is preparing himself to recite his famous poem, When the Sky Burns.
Alright. And Larkin's going to be keeping an eye on the governor's daughter.
So, you still have a couple of minutes. Does the rest of the party want to do something?
Nakara is focusing on the crowd. Like, as people were introduced, she was looking at the crowd, just looking for any kind of clenched jaws or hidden smiles or bright eyes. You know, something that would have caught some emotion.
Well, there's an awful lot of emotion coming around here. People are celebrating, hugging each other, gossiping, throwing feces at other family clans openly in their name. For one noble to drop his glove on another, only for them to not actually fight because they are not. The guards.
More the hidden. You know, they're fighting not to show emotion. Do you know what I mean? Like, they're not openly emotional like that. It's like the quirk of the lips and a smile as the daughter was introduced, for example, or a clenched jaw as the general was introduced. You know, something along those lines.
Okay, roll insight.
Okay.
Unfortunately, you don't notice anything suspicious, at least for now.
Cyrus will be walking up to patrons, just kind of seeing how they're doing, if there's anything they can do to help. And he's going to basically do the same thing. He's going to be seeing if they have any reactions or kind of seem like they're trying not to have a reaction. Really just any sort of tell that something is off. And he's also going to be seeing if he sees any hidden weapons.
Okay, so hidden weapons or people?
More like he's more checking out people, not necessarily the area.
Okay, so roll insight right now.
Do.
Okay, 17 in insight. Let me check. Who do you want to study? Which one of the nobles? Let me ask it like that. All of them have something interesting to say with their mannerisms.
Actually, Cyrus does not know enough. If you want, I can just roll a chance die.
Sure, just roll a d6 and I will, we will just miss one for Balthazar and we'll see which guest you can learn something new of. So re-roll once.
Okay.
So while walking around, you see that Oliver Irvolat seems to be awfully, I would say, where everyone else is pleasant, light-hearted, and with a solid smile, Oliver is pragmatic. He's talking with someone saying that love and duty don't mix. And he's giving advice to someone that you must choose between one or the other to be a traitor to either yourself or your honor. Not an easy choice, but these times call for hard decisions.
Okay. If that's who I ran into and that's what I heard, I mean, like, does he seem suspicious in any way, or is that just kind of he's nonchalantly saying?
This is just what you have heard for now. With
okay. All right, then I will keep an eye on the person he was talking to more than him. But I will continue to meander.
Well, that's where you might have been unlucky, because as you are trying to keep an eye on him, a female half-elf pulls your character into a dance, laughing and encouraging other guests to join in. After a while, a circle forms around you.
Not much I can do except dance.
Yes, nothing you can do except dance and let the floor grow wild with your fancy moves.
What?
So we have Larkin busy with Balthazar. Nutter was trying to see something, but wasn't quite perceptive enough, or not people enough. We have Cyrus, who is currently dancing in the middle with a couple of people just jaunting on as Tybalt prepares to make his speech. And what is Aid and Grommen doing?
So, Grommen would love to be looking for anyone who isn't socializing. So in the midst of all these people dancing, talking, eating, and interacting, is there anybody moving around through the crowd or standing somewhere who isn't taking part in any of that?
Roll perception. Unfortunately, you spot no one that behaves like that. It seems like everyone is enjoying the party for now. You, even while you're standing around just trying to make something to spot a person, you even the person you actually spot right in front of you, haven't seen him in the first glance, is a halfling entertainer. He pulls a string of colorful handkerchiefs from his sleeve and takes a deck of playing cards from his pocket, urging you to pick a card, any card.
Oh, party tricks.
Left one from the center, second to left.
Sorry, did you say halfling?
Yes, halfling.
Okay.
Yeah, Grommen would pull a card, yep.
Okay, so you pull a card. He shows you that trick while with all this party is going on. Don't worry, not yet. It needs some build up. He's showing you a party trick. So we are left with 8 currently.
8 is very confused and dazzled, and he sees everybody doing these things, and he doesn't know what he's supposed to be doing, so he's just going to keep looking at people because he remembered the silver flame. That's the one thing he heard, and he's going to look for anything like that.
Roll a perception check. So you're looking for the any remnants of the silver flame, and you actually spot none. Is it because the spy would hide any of the symbols that you know of, or is it because the staggering half-elf that bumped into you spilling wine onto your clothes? Either of which.
In the field of dancing people, is the supposed target of the assassination? Have I seen, or anybody else seen in that?
So
in that circle.
The supposing target of the assassination, you don't actually know who is the target of the assassination. That's the worst. You only have a bleak prophecy that a war is about to be brewed. If you get a history check, I might actually get you to see who might have been killed and what would proc the war to ensue.
Man, if only I was 2 levels higher. All right. It's okay. What are the possibilities that none of us have rolled above a 10 in like the past?
Unfortunately, I cannot help you with this. So, let's move on to tonight's event. First, the crowd will fall silent as Tybalt in Starn recites When the Sky Burns, a 10-minute elegy written by himself. Afterward, during this, Larkin, you have been watching Cesaria really closely. You spot her exiting the recital and entering her cabin. After which she quickly comes out. Almost like she tries not to arouse any suspicion. The recital is still going on.
Should Larkin roll an insight for that?
Sure, roll an insight.
Alright, thanks to Larkin's race, he has a 1d4 to that roll. And plus... Alright, for 8.
She just went into her cabin for a second. Is that harmful to anyone?
Larkin probably thinks so, yeah.
Do you tell about this to the rest of the party?
Yeah, I think I would.
So right now you don't have to actually be, on yourself scouting the party. Right now you can work as a group. Tell me, what would you like to do? You still have a couple of actions before the event ends.
Did anything change between her leaving and her coming back? Was she carrying anything extra? Is there like a lump in her skirt? Is there any change at all?
Roll perception.
Okay.
Don't worry. Breathe in, breathe out, do your best. It's good enough. You see that her bag was open, almost like she was leaving, like she left something in the cabin.
She'll mention it to the others.
Alright, does Larkin still have an action or no?
So Larkin, you rolled insight. You've got nothing from it. While Natar has spotted it, you still have actions. It's just you wouldn't be able to roll insight again, roll perception again, these sorts of stuff. If you just fail, you fail.
All right. So Larkin would like to then go into the cabin, or try and sneak into the cabin, and see what
Okay,
there
roll
is.
stealth if you're trying to sneak in.
There we go.
You successfully sneak into the cabin, and well, not much in it. Just a bed, a couple of cupboards. Nothing out of the ordinary at first glance.
Damn, Larkin's not good at the whole perceiving thing. Can he investigate?
Yes, you can investigate. So, unfortunately, you don't spot anything hidden in here, but you can wait until the next event looking for a bit more.
Yeah, Larkin will stay in the ladies' chambers and look around, trying to be stealthy about it too.
Okay, so while this is happening, does the rest of the party want to do something?
Does anyone else want to do anything? I guess Cyrus is going to look to see if there is anybody, whether they look suspicious, anybody who's just kind of, who looks of import, who is just kind of off by themselves, or anybody who seems to be avoiding the crowds, because the dancing and all that still going on.
No. The dancing is over right now. Tibart Earstarn seems to be reciting his elegy.
Also, that one person I said I was going to try to keep my eyes on, do I still see them?
Well, roll perception. Let's see. Unfortunately, in the midst of Crown, the person Oliver was talking to seems to scatter away.
Okay. To the previous, is there anyone who looks of any import who is off by themselves? Particularly anybody who looks like they are trying to be by themselves?
Not right now.
Not right now? Okay. I guess I will just observe in general. To see if anybody splits off or anything like that.
Okay, you're trying to look if anyone splits off. Okay, so we're ending this poetry recital, and suddenly, as Tibor Instarn finishes his elegy, Balthazar Urdronot silences the band and delivers a speech honoring the generals and soldiers who fought in the last war. You see, various noble generals are invited to speak about lessons that learned from the conflict, and aid, as you spoke about the nobles, with the nobles, that the war has changed your life. The nobles that you are speaking to seem to push you to make your own speech. What do you do?
Well, I'm gonna get up on the stage. I'm gonna go. I was not expecting to be speaking today. The war has changed a lot of us, specifically one event, the morning. I came from Shire. My whole land was destroyed. And I'll never see my family again. I got lucky. A lot of people got lucky, but more were unlucky and died. And I'm sorry, I can't go on. And then I'm just gonna leave.
Okay, you leave the stage, letting other nobles to speak about their history, their tactics that they used, and so on and so on. So what is the rest of the party going to do? We're going to go back to Larkin in a bit. So Notar.
Where is... Oh, what is her name? The girl that was being followed.
Governor's son?
Yes.
Yeah. But I'm good at following her.
Taria is currently listening closely to whoever is speaking. She doesn't seem to budge, but can I get a perception roll?
Yeah. Hey.
Perception roll, you see that she is looking with her eye closely to see if Oliver Erstarn is also heading to the same cabin, and you actually spot that he is going there as Larkin is still inside.
Crap. Okay. Of our group, is anyone nearby?
If we're relative to where we are on the map, I'm within eyesight of you.
You're on the front deck, so it's only Larkin is somewhere inside of the cabins right there. So imagine you're on the deck speaking with people. There's so much people around. The mechanical musicians, the dogs and so on, are on this side with their composer, Ildigar Moldaras, is currently right here.
Okay, I have a hard time separating voices. So, who was following the daughter? Was it Cyrus or Larkin?
Larkin.
Shit. Okay. Then I will try and find Cyrus. Because I don't know Ada's gone because she listened to his speech, but she did not want to break her eyesight from the crowd. She'll try and locate Cyrus and tell him about Larkin going off because she doesn't want to take her eyes off these people.
So at that point, I imagine Cyrus sees her wandering back into the room that he's still in.
Oliver is going in the room.
Natar warned you about Oliver going into the room, and you can see that imagine Oliver being right here. He's slowly pushing through guests heading into the room.
Okay. And this is the area the room is, or over here?
The room is over here to the north.
Okay. Then I'm going to do basically the same shtick I was doing before, where I'm going to see if I can't cut him off, and I'm going to ask if there's anything I can help him with, and I'm also going to try to do an insight check to see if he seems worried or in a rush, or if there's something strange going on.
I'll roll an insight check. With a 29, you learn that yes, something fishy is going on. As while you were trying to talk to him, he seems to ignore me almost completely, even going so far as to take his hand and just, you know how you go through tough crowds. He's just going straight into the room as if the most important thing is to be going inside of that room. Larkin, since you're inside, I have sent you the description of what the letter says. What do you want to do with it?
Uh-oh.
Larkin is going to take the letter, and he's going to try and sneak out.
Okay, you take the letter, sneaking out, and you take the letter, sneaking out. Roll a stealth check.
Alright. There we go.
Okay, you tuck the letter, snuck out, and you see Oliver going in. Can I get an insight checks for whoever is watching him? That would be Cyrus and Natar.
Mm-hmm.
So, Cyrus, since you rolled so high, you spot that something is incredibly wrong. Oliver's face grows grows dim as he himself looks at Cesaria with this feeling of contempt, as if she has failed him somehow. You remind yourself the words of the prophecy and what Flamewind has told you. Nothing as what it seems. So, event 3 comes around, free to go until someone gets murdered. Larkin, you see that people are currently lighting peace candles and dropping them ceremoniously off the side of the boat to float down the river. Now it's your chance as the party to discuss what to do.
Larkin's going to go over to Natar and hand them the letter.
Okay.
And should I read it out to you?
Yes, you can read it out loud.
My love, I fear for your safety. You could be killed. She is a spy, but so are you. I leave when the fire go off. Orzo, my love, come with me.
Orsinio, my love, come with me.
Sorry, I wasn't sure how to say it.
Is that like a handout that I can look at?
Here, I can copy paste it if you want.
Yes,
Yeah.
please do copy and paste that. I'll see if I have the appropriate.
And I will report my findings to everyone that there is definitely something going on between Oliver and that. How do you pronounce her name?
Cesaria? I think. I was guessing.
That's right.
Was that who we looked at? Was it Cesario?
Sorry is the one that just left that note, so.
Okay.
Yes.
And that's the one he looked at.
Yeah, but so.
Okay. So I will convey that. There's definitely something weird going on between those two. I imagine the amount of contempt he was feeling is definitely way above average contempt.
I think we need to watch him and see
less
if he
of a
approaches anybody.
contempt and more of a look of a broken heart.
Okay.
Okay. So I still think we should keep an eye on him and see if he approaches any women other than her, whether warning or whatever. And then maybe, I don't know. Should we approach her and...
No, we shouldn't approach her because she could get us all in trouble.
I mean, for all they know, we are not all together. So it might be worth.
She knows who the spy is.
Yeah.
That's like, just like, I'm thinking direct, like just
Yeah.
go
Here's the problem, though.
compliment
We
her
would
hair
need
and
to-
dress or something and try and, lead into
Here's-
it, maybe.
Here's the problem. We would need to send in someone with high insight. And if we lose one of our high insight people, then we're kind of screwed.
Yeah.
I think Natar, is your insight good?
No. It's
okay.
3. I mean, it's not horrible, but it's not negative and it's not
10.
0, so
I got
I'm not
+4.
proficient though.
Can I get a perception check where you're currently speaking to yourself? I'm sure that you are, observing your surroundings, so...
Everybody, or...
Oh, sorry, Natar, you don't need to.
Yeah.
With a 24 in perception, Natar, you spot that Cesaria and Oliver seem to be disappearing for a while. They seem to be going to the lower deck, as other people are too busy engaging in the flower festival.
Is there anyone on the ship that is watching them? Other than us, obviously. Like, is there anyone that has been watching them as closely as we have?
You don't see anyone watching them. They're currently heading to the lower deck. Would you like to follow them?
She'll tell the others, but yeah. She'll head down.
I think no offense, Cyrus, but you should stay up here and make sure that nothing terrible happens while we're all down there.
About to say the same thing.
I think Larkin
Should I?
should go, especially because he has the cover of he was told to watch her.
Okay. So, Larkin, you go downstairs and you see. Can I get a perception check? You go downstairs and you see that Cesaria seems to be telling Oliver something after she hands her a letter.
You said he's handing her a letter?
Yes, he's handing her a letter.
Okay. Let's,
Is Natar with me?
Natar is, yeah.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know Natar was there.
Yeah.
You
on there.
see that the letter seems to be unnatural. Natar, you with your passive perception, you spot that the letter seems to be unnaturally long, almost formal looking like.
I don't want her to touch it for some. And is he wearing gloves or is he barehanded?
He himself is wearing. Oliver is wearing gloves.
And she's barehanded.
Yes.
Oh, I'm gonna get myself in trouble. How far are they from us?
They are currently walking from the lower deck to the main one.
So they're walking towards us?
Yes, imagine you're just, pretending you're talking near the stairs where they are walking towards the stairs. First, Oliver is going up, and then Cesaria with her letter in her bag is trying to go back to the flower festival.
So she took the letter already?
Yes, she took the letter already, and she's handing presumably to her cabin in order to read it.
The person Oliver was talking about, was that a different character earlier whenever he was...
It was a different character, yes.
Can I attempt to find that character?
Roll perception.
Go now.
Okay.
So, as you look around the room with the nobles, you actually can spot the stouty dwarf that the character was looking for. Was previously speaking with. He seemed like he had a really bad day because he disappeared for a longer time, probably the lunch.
Okay. I'm going to try to stay close to him just in case he's the target. Close enough where, let's say if someone were to, shoot an arrow or something, I might be able to get in front of said arrow. Don't know if that's at all possible, but if not, I'm just trying to stay around them.
Okay.
Larkin is going to start looking around using his scholar sense.
Which is?
Here, I'll post it in chat. I'm basically trying to see if anyone's exuding a lot of magic.
You actually find one person that seems to be an incredibly powerful musician. You see a woman standing near the set of stairs. She's sort of like you, looking at people and, perceiving the whole party as a whole rather than roughly enjoying it.
But yeah, Larkin may have just cracked the case, I'm thinking. But, alright, Larkin's going to tell Natar what he sees. Because I imagine Natar's still mute.
I'm wary of that letter she was given. That's like throwing red flags for some reason for me. I don't know. I honestly, I don't know what to do, because that letter is just screaming at me like I don't trust it for some reason. You know what I mean?
Are you nearby enough for Barkin to tell you, or are you going after the letter?
I think she'll go after the letter.
All right.
Okay, roll a sleight of hand check then, Tar.
Come on.
Okay, 15 is enough to sledge the letter, which seems odd. You see that's a letter to Caesarea from Lord Oliver. It looks like this.
Okay. I need to move it already so I can type.
Was that private, or were we all supposed to see something?
Give me a moment. Here you go. It should pop up right in front of you.
And down. There we go. I found it. It's just not opening for some reason. I'm gonna reload here.
If you can't find it, then in the top right corner in the open book, Jolner entries, it will be Oliver's letter.
Yeah, I found it in the journal, but it still wouldn't open, so I'm reloading.
Now.
There we go.
Know now.
I'm just typing all the letters and then I'm gonna separate them.
I might be mistaken, but I think my character can actually break codes. Investigation check.
If you would like to do that, roll an investigation check.
Sure.
I'm almost done.
I mean, if you want me to wait, like if you want to say that your character is
give
not
me a few
disclosed-
seconds, because I like
Give Nahar a few seconds.
Give me a moment.
You
Yeah,
see that she's enjoying cracking codes on her own, so why take the...
You're just holding a bloody piece of paper. I don't know what the fuck's going on. It's actually to make an investigation check to uncover or decipher clues. Okay, yeah, I can do what I just said if what you're doing doesn't work.
Okay, I know
I've got it if you
No.
need it.
that such. Nope, I know now that.
I know not what to do. I am
Okay,
torn, my
I
love.
know not what to do. Yep. My
I'm
orders
torn,
say
my
she
love.
must die, but it would be between us.
Be the end of us.
Be the end of us. Sorry. Be.
So, you see while you're cracking the code, the fourth event of the night, the Great Feast, where servants are bringing out tables and food is being served, is underway. You have one more chance to crack the case, or someone will be killed.
So I mean, this basically says that Oliver is going to kill someone, doesn't it?
Yeah, and this is she.
Well, but you have one last event in order to make things right.
How confident are we that that is the answer to this letter? What you just said.
You're not.
I'm terrible at cracking clues in real life, so I have.
You're not.
Yeah.
You either do it correctly and no one gets killed, or you lose.
Okay.
This adventure is perfectly suited for you to fail.
I want to talk to Caesarea.
Okay, Natar.
I will. I mean, I'm saying this like, is anyone nearby, or am I alone down there?
No. As in, right now, everything is happening on the main deck with tables, everything being drawn, and actually, because of Natar and the food poisoning, you have more time than you would normally, since they will have to go to a nearby top bar and tavern and order something else, as the person that was responsible for tasting that the food is not poisoned has been poisoned.
You're welcome. I don't know. But yeah, she's going to find Cesaria. She's going to want to talk to her.
Okay.
If that's okay
Out
with the
in
group.
the
Because
open?
this is a group. She's not going to do... You know what I mean?
Personally, I think that's kind of a bad idea.
Okay.
I
He
think
seems like
you-
kind of a bad lead right now. We should follow Oliver right now. Or this person that's exuding loads of magic.
Honestly, I think whatever you think you should do that, but we definitely need to keep an eye on all parties involved. Because if Oliver is going to be the one that's going to murder someone, then he's really the one we have to follow. But I feel like there's enough of us to cover our bases.
I'll just keep my eye on her then. I'm not going to approach her yet.
Okay then, the clock is ticking.
Okay. In my... Never mind, I didn't look at that. So
I'd love someone to help me with an insight with this lady, but Larkin doesn't have the skills for it.
I can insight her.
The musician.
No, this lady up here.
Go get him.
Okay, so you see that she is having arcane focus out in the open, and she doesn't even try to hide it as much. She seems her witty look points to the fact that she's more than she seems.
That's part of the prophecy. I think she's the person that's the target.
Are Oliver and his lady friend walking together?
Right now, Oliver and Cesaria are near the table waiting for food. As I said, you have more action. So there was one action spent on aid. You have two each, after which the whole thing goes down.
Alright, like each person has 2 actions?
Yes, each person has 2 actions thanks to Natar's fumble and
Quick question here, sorry.
yeah.
Where are we keeping the extended version of the prophecy? I can't find it.
Give me a moment. I'll just break it down to you again.
Sorry about that.
Another problem, as in you still need to know if something bad is going to happen.
Ah, thank you.
So, I don't know how bad of an idea this is, but I'm gonna throw it to the group. I was just gonna walk up to him and just go, "This really isn't a good idea."
I figured that's why everybody doesn't want me to go talk to her.
I mean, I think you should do whatever thing, but I was just gonna do that because, I mean, honestly, if they aren't doing anything, they probably will just be like, "What?" But they might have a little bit more of a reaction if they are doing something. So,
since we are reaching the how do you feel? Let's say, because I would love to finish it, because after the fifth event, whether successful or not, you'll be going to end this episode and earn yourself a level up, or do you prefer to make the break right now and level up later in a shorter break after?
I think we should carry on.
I'd like to push through
let's
it.
just-
I feel like if we take a break, we're gonna think about it too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we're not
Overthinking
already
is
doing
never
that.
bad.
So let me ask this. So Aid and Grommen have kind of just been looking around the crowd, but as the other three of us have gotten clues and found the letter and realized this person's using or exuding magic, that kind of thing, is that being related in some way, shape, or form, or are people coming over and letting Aid and I, because
Yes,
those things.
The thing is, at the third event, you were able to actually talk for a bit and relay information to one another. So everything that Aid knows, or everything that Larkin knows, Grumman knows as well, up to the third event.
Okay.
And Natar would have told anybody about the letter too, or was that part of the third event?
That was still the part of the third event. Now, right now, we're in the fourth event, where you have exchanged all the info. You have gathered what you could have gathered from the conversation, and right now you have to think about what to do.
So Natar, with what you're thinking of doing, honestly, I feel like unless we do something about it, we're just gonna be we're not
That's
gonna
what
know.
I'm saying, like.
So
It's
maybe
either be direct about it, or we split the party up and everybody.
I think everybody at this point, unless do your actions, but I think we need to just hurry up. Honestly, I'm fine going with Natar. If Natar wants to go talk to her, I can if are you gonna confront her about it?
Not confront, no. So
are you going to
the idea is
vaguely
to be subtle about it and maybe go up to her, spill something on her, and kind of follow her down to clean up and talk to her. I wanted to catch her when she was in her room, where she was gonna go and read the letter or whatever, but I didn't want it in public where he was there and stuff like that. So now that they're all out in public, it's harder.
Here's an idea. You can do that. When you take her away, the letter that you took, since this guy has seen me going around helping people, I can take that letter and bring it back to him, say he dropped it, and then see how he reacts.
Okay. It gives us something to do,
So which of the leads do you want to pursue first?
What?
Which of the leads? So you want to go to Caesarea first and confront her,
Yes.
or Oliver, or Orsino?
We're essentially splitting it up and doing it.
You are splitting it up. Okay, so
Yeah.
Natar, you spill the wine or whatever. You know how servants are going around with wine. You just took a glass, spilled it at Caesarea, went on downstairs in order to talk to her. You see that she's really dumbfounded. She seems worried and. The whole thing, she's not mean to you. It's just her mind seemed to be somewhere else.
Right. And Natar spends the entire walk I am so sorry. I am so bowing, curtsying, the whole works. I am so sorry. I don't know what happened. It slipped from my fingers. I didn't mean to spill it all over you. Stop.
Nothing happened.
And
Sorry.
she go in her cabin, or where are we?
So yes, you're currently downstairs, in the one of the rooms that servants keep their stuff in order to clean their clothes.
Okay. Is
You're
there anyone
alone.
else around? Okay,
You're alone.
perfect. So as soon as they're alone, Remy. Weirdo. Sorry, dog is being weird. Once they're alone, she drops the act. and she's gonna block the door, and she's gonna be like, something's going on, and I'm gonna talk to you female to female. Who is the target?
Well, I thought I recognized you. You are not a servant after all, now, do you?
Not. Though my brother would rather see me as one. She smirks a little bit.
Well, I don't know what to say. I guess I have no choice. I have fallen in love, you see.
I understand. Matters of the heart are never easy, and we would do almost anything for love, but killing or aiding and abetting a killing, an assassin, whatever you want to call this is not the way to love. This is do nothing but put a stain on your relationship and any kind of love that you have for one another. This will haunt you for years. If you are in
You don't
love,
understand. It's for the better. He doesn't want to do this. He wants to abandon this mission and run away with me, but if he does not, well, he has told me that war is going to brew all over Breland if he doesn't do it.
no. War will brew either way. And murder, killing somebody, you are lighting the torch. This is starting it. You have to stop it.
Roll a persuasion check.
Ooh.
19. He has orders to murder Lady Mercutia, but I have no idea how.
Natar is going to put her hands on her shoulders and sit her in a nearby chair and just say, "Stay here. Take care of your dress. I will say that I left you to clean up. Let us focus on this. Okay? You breathe. I've got to go." And Natar will take off.
Cyrus, on the other part, you're trying to jam the leather in Orsinio's face.
No, I'm just calmly. I walk on. Sir, I found this. I don't know who it's for, but I found your name on it. And I'm gonna hand it back to him, and I want to see how he reacts.
He looks at you with no particular expression. He says that, well, aren't you a lucky finder? And he promises a golden reward because he's so generous if you just follow him in the cabin. He left his purse there.
I'm going to stop. As he starts to walk away. Fuck, but I had this all lined up. Just like, I would, you shouldn't do this.
You should come with me.
I don't think that's what you want.
I do. But I can stay right here. I think that the leather wouldn't be compromised now, would it?
You love the woman that half-orc spilled the wine over, don't you?
He says that he has no idea what you're talking about, and he goes into the room. The question is, do you follow?
If I look around, can anybody see what we're doing, in our group?
While you were speaking really loudly near the table, you see that people are starting to gossiping what who Oliver might love, and the whole thing.
Oh, I was trying to keep it on the hush hush. Like I was doing it very like low voice if possible.
Whispering, yeah.
Okay, so if you were whispering that, then that would mean that he's just. People are just so angrily waiting for food that no one does.
Oh,
care.
I meant like people in our group, like Grommen, Aid, any like that. Like to any or any of them.
I'm sure that Grommen and Aid are, walking around, as in you have lots of time in order to do this. Well, no, maybe not lots of time. There's an event going on, and that will mark the end of it. But other than that, yes, they are able to spot where you're going.
All right. I feel like I gotta follow him. If Aid sees me, all the little card game stuff we did, I'm gonna make the sign of bluff, and I'm gonna follow him with patient defense.
Okay, so you're following with patient defense. You walk through the door. The room seems empty at first, after which Oliver grabs you by the mouth and jams a dagger straight near your ribs, aiming for the heart, the dagger drenched in poison.
So he makes that attack at disadvantage.
Oh, no, he doesn't make an attack. He just threatens you to make one.
Oh, he's just threatening me?
Yes, he's threatening you to make one, asking you what the hell do you want.
Whenever I asked him any of the stuff about like you love the woman, right? Did he like show any facial features, or was he cool, calm, and collected?
So while on the deck, he seemed cool, cold, and collected, and now tears are dripping down his eyes.
Okay, then I'm gonna say same thing as you. I want you to leave with the woman you love and never come back.
Roll persuasion. With advantage, you're shown good faith, so
Wait.
let's say since both you and
Boom.
the natural.
Yeah.
So he starts to speak incredibly openly from you now on, getting the dagger and the hand of your neck, and just simply sits down, breaks into tears, and tells you that it's not that easy. Why are you key pointing me? What's going on?
Because patient defense takes a point.
Patient defense, okay. So
Yeah.
he breaks down into tears, and through tears he starts telling you that while on his service, he infiltrated King Boranel's court. And, well, looking at the guise of Caesarea, he fell in love. His superiors have told him that killing Mercutia will secure the peace between Thrain and Breland, and he gives you a solid reason. You know that Mercutia is a spy as well. She has uncovered a renegade Franish plot to corrupt Borriss nobles and steal trade secrets, and if she ever were to report back to her superiors with details, the political fallout could lead to war. Caesarea has vowed that if he carries out his mission, they can never be together, and he is currently heartbroken. He doesn't know what to do.
When has assassination ever resulted in peace and not a different kind of war?
Well, it's not that easy. You see, if these trade secrets were to ever break out back to Thrain, it would just mean the war. I was desperately trying to end it earlier, but I was not able to succeed. You see, Mercutia is not a noble. She's a member of King's Dark Lanterns. It's a special task force, a Frayne. She wants to get the whole thing tumbling into war, not me.
Well, I can assure you, an assassination on your part is not going to solve that issue. But the issue of you and the woman you love, if returning home is an issue, we do have an outpost where we're always looking for more people to maybe get some steady work, a safe place to live. You could take her there if you abandon this plot. Otherwise, one or both of you.
I'm incredibly sorry, but I cannot. I don't want the world to stumble into chaos. If I have to go through you, I will. But there is another way.
Go ahead.
If you really care about our happiness and for the world not to transpire into chaos once again, finish the job for me. I will make it worth your while.
There has to be a different solution. These trade secrets she has, are they documents? What are they?
Well, she probably has them memorized by now. She's a professional after all.
And if she's had them memorized, I doubt that she's left in a place that if you were to kill her today, somebody else wouldn't be able to recover the information tomorrow. If
she
she's
wouldn't be able to snatch the documents out of the vault. It's tightly secured.
And I'm pretty sure she knows how to write on a piece of paper.
Well, I'm sorry, but it has to be done either way. And
Out of character, if there's a choice, sorry.
Go
Out of
ahead.
character, if there's a choice of either or, I would say kill her. I mean, he provides a pretty solid argument.
You could roll an insight check if you want to check if he's lying.
Yeah?
I want to roll an insight check to see if he's lying, but also to see how strong-willed he is about this. Let's see.
So, you see that he is torn between Cesaria and his job, and he probably could be talked out with a solid persuasion check. If you would like to just make him leave with Cesaria.
All right, please listen to me. If you truly love this woman, you can't let her go. You can't make the same mistakes I did, or you're going to end up just as miserable as me. And no amount, even if you murder this woman today, there's no saying this won't happen again. But if you do that, you'll guaranteed never see the woman you love again. And I'll roll my persuasion.
Oh, fuck.
It's not on that 18 for too long.
Well, I'm so sorry. I have to finish this. The question is, do I have to go through you?
Sorry, you do.
I would like you to roll the initiative. So Cyrus, you go first. You're in the cabin alone. What do you want to do?
All right. Well, I'm gonna. As my action, I'm just going to try to continue to break through his willpower. Just keep. I'm gonna patient defense again. It's my bonus action, and then basically I'm just going to try to continue to verbally disarm him while he is trying to attack me. While all I'm doing is trying to get out of his way.
Okay, make a persuasion check. And what you are saying?
I can tell by the way you look, this is not what you want. You want to be with her. You're just torn between what you feel like you need to do and what you feel like you have to do.
Go ahead, roll.
All right.
You don't know me. And he's going to make his turn right now, plunging at you with his hidden blade, trying to attack you. He has 2 attacks, as an assassin would, and he's going to attack you with disadvantage.
Oh boy.
The first attack misses as he starts to flail his hidden blade around, and the second attack fumbles terribly even. Let's see. He will be stunned until the end of his next turn. You'll have some time to, persuade him again. So make 2 persuasion checks.
Okay. Come on, die. All right.
Okay, so
and
2
then
persuasion attempts, and assuming at the beginning of the 3rd round, you'll do patient defense again.
Yep.
Okay, as he desperately wants to get off, slicing at you, making sure that he tries to, target you and kill you as efficiently as it's possible, but you keep dodging. Unfortunately, he has managed to land a hit. Roll a Constitution saving throw.
Not quite sure why that was advantage, but it should.
Okay. So you must have misclicked, but it's a 5 as well anyway. So you take 17 points of damage, both from the poison and the piercing damage, and an additional 4d6 from his sneak. Oh, sorry, that's when he has advantage. Never mind. So 17. This is the beginning of round 4. What do you want to do? Are you still trying to persuade him off?
I'm going to, with my object interaction, I'm going to open the door in the way, in other words, it clicked open. Not necessarily swung open, but if I were to kick it or something, it would open up.
Yes.
Then, with my action, I will once again try to persuade. Is he still fucking crying? I said him.
No. He right now he sort of gets his serious expression on, and he's trying to kill you before you actually manage to escape. So we kick the door to the cabin.
All right. So, Oliver, if I so much as scream, everyone's going to know, and you're going to lose the one you love and any chance of making this right. Stand down.
Roll persuasion with advantage.
There you go.
All right, well, it's 22 at least.
Well, I am not going to plunge the whole continent into war and lose my beloved. Here, he takes off a ring of his fingers and gives it to Cyrus. Whatever you want, do with it. I'm done. I just don't care about this country anymore. It's not worth it.
What's he do with his dagger?
He just dropped it on the ground.
Okay. Let's go. I keep forgetting her name.
Before leaving with Cesaria, he smiles at you and says, "Good luck with the second one. Enjoy the music."
All right.
And you see he's starting to look for Cesaria. Cesaria goes down to goes up from the bottom deck, and somehow she just escapes with her.
So Natar had run after speaking with her.
Yes, you see that Cyrus and Oliver go out in certain intervals. Orsino or Oliver looks fine as he's going to look for Cesaria, but Cyrus seems to be bleeding.
Casually bleeding from a gut wound. It's fine.
I want to look for the general. Like
Okay.
as I'm running towards Cyrus because she has cure wounds. As she's running towards Cyrus, she's gonna look for the general.
As in general, you're going to look for
The
captain
the
of the night.
war general guy. I'm
Oh,
bad at names, I'm
Balthazar.
sorry.
Okay, so
Thank you, Balthazar.
you go to Balthazar, who's currently enjoying the meal that has just arrived.
And she's gonna cure wounds on Cyrus. Let me find my spells. We could do better than that. Let's do that another time. I regret that, but that's okay. Hey, that's better. So you get 15 back.
Nice.
And then she'll look to you like, what did he say? She'll tell you what she found out, which all she found out was Mercutio. She doesn't know why though.
They're here to
And she'll like drag you towards the general because she thinks that's just the best idea.
I'm going to tell her about the other spy. Go. They were going to assassinate someone, but they weren't a noble.
No, it wasn't noble. Mercutia is also here as a noble.
Oh, okay. I thought they specifically said that she is not a noble. That's my bad.
Yeah.
Yes, because in reality she's not a noble. She's as of a noble as Aid is currently.
But wasn't the whole thing we had to save a noble, or wasn't it just an assassination?
No, you just had to investigate the assassination. It didn't even specify you had to prevent it.
Okay. Well, here.
I thought we had to stop it.
Yep, that's why I was saying we should do the killing.
Fine.
It specifies, and I'm going to say it again. Flamewind advises that the war will break out between Freyne and Breland if the spy succeeds in their mission.
Oh shit!
Yep, but finding love.
Well, you know what? I saved at least 2 people today. So Cyrus forgot that.
Wait, say that again.
Cyrus got caught up in the moment. He's.
No, say that again.
No, we need to kill the lady. That's how it sums down. I'm pretty sure.
Say what again? Sorry.
What you said before about the war. What causes?
It was if Flamewind were to be correct, war will break out between Freyne and Breland if the spy succeeds in their mission. As far as I know, on the last session I have told you that the Flamewind advised you advise you against killing or exposing the spy before identifying the spy's mission, and once aboard that you have to use your wits and guile to identify and surveil the spy, figure out motives and determine how best to stop them.
All right. Well, boom. Now we know who they are. The best way to stop them is the same with everyone. Murder. All right. Okay, so Cyrus is going to let everyone know that he found out who the other spy is, the one that we actually have to stop. And we fumbled up enough, so he's going to allow other people to make decisions now.
So Orsinio and Cesaria are already out of Montulet. They have snuck out. There's only one event before everyone goes home in the company of guards.
So
Question
Natara
is,
will
what
be
do you want
like,
to do?
we know the spy though. We didn't know the spy without what we just did. And if they kill her, or if anyone kills her, a war will break out. If no one kills her, a war will break out. This is a lose-lose situation. There's no right way of going about this. That is why I want to go to the general and say, hey, we found this out, but we don't want to start a war.
What if the general's on her side?
Yeah.
Also, tricky thing about when you're wandering the city, anybody can be murdered. So as long as and we really don't owe allegiances to anyone, so there's no one for them to really go to war with if we are to dispatch of the spy ourselves.
It just cannot happen on the ship, right?
I mean, it can. I don't know. As I cough up more blood.
I think we should stop.
You're only missing 2 points. You're good.
No, it's just old blood. It's fine.
What does everybody else think? I'm apparently messing up too.
Cade's like circling his hands. He's got the spell prepared because he's expecting like arrows to come at every direction, and he's just ready to blow them away with a massive gust of wind. I was like, I don't know what's happening. I'm just doing my thing. Like, just tell me what to do. Point me in the direction. Like, what do I do with this?
Alright, I vote that we stop the spy via murder. Which, of
Servants
course,
are
is always
bringing
the
new
best solution.
food. Has the new food already been brought, Tulio?
Well, let's say that it wasn't already brought. Why?
Because Natar will go to the kitchen and get a special dish from Mercutia.
Okay.
Larkin, can you tell me what this ring is?
Larkin would use his Scholar Sense and see if it's magical.
Yes, the ring is magical.
Alright, I'm going to expend another charge to identify it.
It is a ring of evasion.
Oh. I'm glad I didn't take any swings at him.
Yes, that was how you have actually earned it.
Let's slide that puppy on her right. Honestly, I think Natar's plan sounds like it's gonna be the blade had poison on it. We can poison the food.
Do you have the blade?
But it just kind of, once again,
Just bleed all over it.
I'm just gonna power walk as I do.
Infamous power walk strategies.
Hey, man.
Nobody wants to talk to somebody power walking. It's just awkward.
Yeah.
That is true.
This
That
is
is
true.
true.
So if I can, I'm gonna try to recover said poison dagger.
So you dip the poison dagger into the dish. You tell the servants who the dish is for. They bring it around, and after a while, after a while, Mercutia falls unconscious on the table. People are getting doctors and so on, and you actually see the musician is with the musician that's still on the board with the mechanical beings just smiles at you, seeing as her job seems to be done for her. After, in a completely inappropriate moment, the sky explodes in a glorious display of colors. As the guests look up, you, in the distance, can see two figures that are keeping their heads down as Arsenio and Cesaria briefly look back towards the vessel, smile, brightening their faces for a moment before they both turn and escape into the night. With that, I would like you to level up to level 7. Let's see if your actions break out a war or not. You can never be sure.
Well, not never. I'm sure one day we'll find out.
One day you will find out, yes. And we can actually do our 15-minute break right now, and we'll probably start the next chapter. Not probably. We will start the next chapter.
Oh, man. Well, now I'm just anxious.
Don't worry, what's the worst that can happen?
I mean, we need like 3 things to happen for the prophecy to come true. If it's just one, you know. 1, oopsie daisy. 2, okay, now we should probably really be careful. And, you know, it's fine. It's fine.
So, I can already tell you, there are 2 openings to the next chapter that you're going to be. The first one is, you've been summoned to the offices of Flamewind, and you arrive in the university and you head off to Flamewind's chambers. And the second one is, as you approach the campus, a platoon of Brellish soldiers marches past. An elemental warship, the Ravager, is docked at a nearby tavern. You see a news sheet with the headline, Frayne strikes at Brellish nobility.
Yep.
But no such thing has happened. You have successfully prevented the war from happening.
Oh.
And I think that's thanks to Cyrus's pacifism.
Hell yeah! We didn't fuck up as much.
Yeah! In the end, though, it still all came down to murder.
It was messy, but it worked
You're
out.
welcome.
Murder and love.
multiple levels.
The 2 strongest things is murder and love.
Well
Love
then,
is war, but always fair in blood and gore.
inviting you to the break. I'll be right back. So, for the beginning of the adventure, we won't actually have the battle map. So, while you're updating your characters, I can get you on what is happening. So, as said, you've been actually, we might not have time after this. So, let me check the next chapter.
Let's stop it here if this what it comes down to.
Yeah, we definitely won't have time after this.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay, so since we won't actually have time after you reach 8th level, let's handle downtime today. So, as said, 2 weeks of downtime. Let's start with Grumman today.
Yep. He'll just continue to work on his thieves' tools.
Okay, continue working on your thieves' tools. That's 9 out of 11. Larkin, what would you like to do?
Alright. Are we at our salvage base or are we somewhere else?
As in, right now you'll be in Sharn, since you'll actually be having to be. As in, you can go back to your salvage base if you want. I'm not forcing you to, stick to one location, if that's what you want to do.
Alright, I was wondering if we had the funds, if we could get our own library, so Larkin wouldn't have to worry about all the entrance fees, and he could rack up some more, if that's a possibility.
Give me a moment. I have to double check on the rewards that were that you have meant to get. So you'll be getting 250 gold pieces each for identifying and stopping the spy.
Alright.
And +1 weapon.
You can't see my happy dance.
Yes, 250 gold pieces, a +1 weapon. And that's all the rewards that you have managed to get from now. You can actually read the newspaper about what the newspaper looks like before the ball. You just haven't bought one. In a couple of episodes there's an option of actually buying the newspaper, trying to see what fun things are written in them. This is one of the.
I love Sky Crime Stories and Skyway. I just don't like that. Like, reading it's funny.
So, Larkin, what would you like to do?
Well, if someone's willing to lend me 125, we can get our own library and Larkin can hang out there. So, basically, Larkin's wondering if anyone's willing to spare some money.
Yeah, I'll give him 125 out of that 250 we just got.
Yes. Alright, so Larkin would buy a library from Bellador.
Actually, I will also go into that. You said you need 125, so Grumman, I will split that with you, the 125. Okay. I'll do the 65.
Alright.
Okay. Library is bought out.
Did we all get 250 or was it 250 split among the
All
members?
of you get 250.
Okay.
And all of you get a +1 weapon of your choice.
Okay.
So, Grumman, speaking of which, +1 great axe?
Yes, please.
Here we go. I'm leaving you the old one so we can sell it or keep it as a trophy. I don't know how badly Grumman's attached to his weapon.
When we get back to the salvage base, I'm gonna hang it above the bar.
A good
That
trophy.
is a true work.
True work of art, yes. Bits and pieces of blood here and there, but nothing proper cleaning wouldn't scrub out.
Cleaning.
Unless you don't want it scrub out, that's it. That is.
It's
So,
an orc's
Larkin,
weapon. It needs to be
You
respected.
bought
as such.
the library, which will take at least a week in order to get built.
Alright. So with that, and Larkin completely out of money now. He's going to try and find some work as a translator again.
Okay, roll. What have you rolled the last time? Calligraphy supplies check.
Yes.
How much was the library? 250?
500.
Oh shit.
27. So you earn yourself 45 gold pieces for your week of uninterrupted work.
Add another 100 to your inventory because Natar's gonna put in 100 for
I
that.
didn't mean to do that second one. Sorry about that.
Okay,
Thank you,
Natar,
Natar.
since you are here, what would you like to do throughout these 2 weeks?
Can she work on her tinker tools or does she have to be with Bellalore?
You can work on your tinker tools. So that is 2 uninterrupted weeks?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're 7 out of 10. Cyrus.
Oh, geez. Let's move on to 8. I'm still figuring it out.
8.
Let's see. I have a question. You see the arm blade that I have? Does that can I keep that in my hand? Like, does that just stay there? Like, whenever I have it retracted, like, could I hold my warhammer and the arm blade still be on my arm?
Yes, it is attached to your arm, and you can use bonus action to proc it out and in. So you don't actually have to take it out. It's always a good backup weapon. So if you want a +1 warhammer instead, you can grab that.
Yeah, I'll get a +1 warhammer. And I think me and Dante are gonna, I don't know, we'll finish the pull up.
Oh, finishing the pull up. Okay, so the big hole is already there. You just need to order some more materials in order to finish it. Throughout the 2 weeks, you managed to, expand your holy hole all the way to make room for a fantastic pull, even if the weather is a little bleak right now.
Then I'm gonna start, when I'm finished that, I'm gonna start work on a wee little treehouse for Dante.
Okay, and after going through the pool, you have ordered some materials. Please subtract 50 gold pieces. The pool will be, the materials will be ordered for you to finish the pool, and you just grab a couple of pieces of wood and trying to work on the tree house that you want to make for Dante. Oh, tiny pieces of tree house. I forgot Dante is a squirrel. Okay then, since everyone is ready, we can continue. So, as I said, you're all going to receive...
Cyrus hasn't gotten his weeks yet.
Oh, Cyrus! I
His
forgot
drawing
about
done?
you. I got
So item, I'm gonna do a +1 short bow.
a short bow. Got it?
How close? Let's say I wanted Grumman to teach me Orcish, and I would teach him how to use thieves' tools. Would that speed up our advancement?
So you want to learn Orcish. You haven't actually started learning Orcish, so we'll be, doing it from scratch. But yeah, you could be teaching him that will speed up his to full, so he'll actually already know thieves' tools. And you would learn Orcish twice as fast, so you'll have 4 out of 10 in Orcish.
If you are fine with that, Grumman.
Yeah. Be glad to help.
Okay, so Grumman, your thieves' tools training is already done, as Cyrus has helped you, showed you a bit tricks and pieces right there. I will add it to your tool proficiencies chart.
Thank you, thank you.
Thieves' tools check.
I'm one step closer to becoming Conan.
And Cyrus, you have a 4 out of 10 in progress in learning Orcish. Out of 300, but out of 10. Here you go. Okay, So, since everyone has decided how they want to spend their 2 weeks, at the end of these 2 weeks, you were summoned to the offices of Flamewind. Now, you arrive on a grey, humid afternoon. It's raining in the City of Towers, and the lights of the district bloom through the raindrops. The Sphinx lunges behind the desk. Let me fetch you to the... So, Flamewind lunges behind the desk, and you can see that the desk itself is scattered with maps and parchments. She scrutinizes you with her golden eyes. Greetings. It looks like the fates have conspired to draw us together again. Have you read the news?
Not much.
There was a article that really struck to me. Let me show you. And she shows you an evening edition of the Sharn Inquisitive. So, does it struck any bells?
Crook has.
All eyes turn to the sky blue. Larkin repeats as part of the prophecy.
Well, yes. Sky blue. Now, this is incredibly out of the ordinary, but it might suggest that the thief has a pivotal role to play in world events. Perhaps it now hinges all on her. The thing is, nobody knows where she might be hanging out. But I have uncovered another verse to help you out. When the eyes of the Sphinx turn to the sky, the robber steps from her crimson tower in the clouds.
It's something to do with probably with whenever Flamewind investigates Sky Blue, which is now.
Well, yes, that is correct. The first verse, and I think it might suggest that Sky Blue is hiding in one of the landing beacons in Skyway. See, I have offered you a reward before. A more generous one, but today I will need to learn you to fly. The question is, will you help me?
Natara looks to the others like her eyes are just saying, I'm game.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, I can learn to fly.
Quick question here for the other players. I'm considering actually switching out characters. What do you guys think? I don't want to be constantly changing characters, but my other character seems like he could be far more useful at times.
Play whatever is fun to you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
The question
case,
is, would
Lark-
you like to do it now?
Yeah, I was thinking in that case, Larkin would politely decline and say that he's not a bird. So
Okay,
he's-
so Larkin leaves the room. Do you have a new character already ready?
Yes, let me resend you the character art if that's okay.
Yeah, I will just need the character art in order to drag him in, and Flamewind will tell you that with Larkin disappearing, you need help, some more help, and she dispatches one of the finest students of the Morgrave Academy, who is more than eager to help you out. And Borriss, could you start describing your character as he goes into the Flamewind's quarters?
Yes, Henry would walk into the room and he would have a look around, his eyes rather honest looking despite his rather pinched face. And looks like he often scowls, but that said, there's a bit of a kindness to him, as he has long streaked back hair, and he seems to be carrying around several vials. And is very finely dressed. Looks to be of noble descent. And that's it.
Here you go. This is how Henry looks like. So, if you don't mind, I would like you to meet me at the rooftop of the academy. I have a little surprise for you.
Very well.
And you go onto the rooftop of the academy, where you see that already waiting there for you, there are 5 crystalline discs that seem to be crackling with energy.
Alright, do you have a larger version of that? It's hard for me to read that.
If you go over and adjust the size, or it's a bit easier to say that there, but I can also...
Yeah. Even when you pop out, you can make it bigger.
Yeah, I use pop out. Thank you.
Here you go. I'll make sure to include it in our in-character roleplay.
Oh, thank you.
So, catching Sky Blue is not going to be easy. She's an expert at navigating the dizzying heights and could easily outfox you without proper training. I will suggest a race, with a reward, that is.
Okay.
Okay.
It's exciting.
Well then, get on your sorcelets and let's begin. To win, you must circle each of the university's 5 spires and arrive back to me before your rivals. You can see that the clouds sparkle over the wet spire of Margaret University, and the Sphinx takes a seat watching you starting the race. I would like you to roll initiative.
He's gonna cast guidance on himself.
And you're going to let him cheat like that?
Hey, if we're going against this sky blue guy, I say we go all to the max. Like, this is to test our wits.
Then
Like,
use it when you're going after the guy, not when you're going with us.
I need to be able to see if it works. Like, I might not even, this guidance might not work on this flying thingamajiggy.
I think Aid's right. I mean, if Aid can do that, I feel like we should take that into account.
I'm just playing, guys.
Set you in one row in order for you to be on the same page. And so, Nathar, you're beginning the chase. You can on each of your turn, you can spend your action to do, the regular stuff. You can still shoot, you can still cast spells, you can still dodge while on the sorcelet, but you can use each of your actions to dash. In order to circle around the spire, you will need to dash on your turn.
Okay.
I will need a successful DC 12 acrobatics check in order to circle around, unless you want to do something else with this.
She's just gonna get a feel for it. Take off, make sure she can balance herself. She's not gonna do anything fancy, at least to start with. She's just gonna try and get a feel for it. So I think especially the first round, she'll dash. So, she'll get on the sled and Tara will kind of hop to the end of her arm, and she'll pop her arm up, and Tara will take off flying, and basically lead the way, and she'll follow behind Tara.
Okay. Roll the acrobatics.
Okay.
With an acrobatic check of 16, Natar starts first and easily circles the first spire. I would like you, Natar, to roll a d20 for complications for the next player. 19,
Ooh.
no complications. Grumman, what would you like to do?
Grumman's gonna take off and try and dash with this thing. Yeah, this looks like it's
Go
gonna be
for
a
it.
blast. Let's roll.
And Grumman easily starts as well, being pretty much right behind you. It's circling the first spire without any problems. Grumman, complications for the next one, if you may. 7. So, Cyrus, what would you like to do?
I think it's Henry's turn.
Oh, sorry, Henry. I thought Cyrus is going to be next. So, Henry, before you actually start, I will need your... no, I wouldn't need anything. Because of the fact that you were soaring through the skies, suddenly some celebrating students are throwing their mortar boards into the air. You'll have disadvantage on your next acrobatics check using the source sled. Go ahead.
Henry shouts, I hate flying!
But okay, 13. And the natural
There you
20
go.
There you
as
go.
Henry, even though he hates flying by his gut, and you can easily see that on his face expression, he circled the first spire. Are you like holding dear to the source sled?
Holding on to it for dear life.
For dear life. Okay. Roll complications for Cyrus then.
Well, this-
That's 3. Okay. So, Cyrus, at the beginning, as you are starting to cross the first spire, a startled professor throws an armful of papers into the air. I will need a dexterity saving throw.
Hey.
A natural 20. Nothing happens. A paper tried to stick to your face, but it just flew out. And what do you want to do?
Yeah.
Henry, I hear you there. But we can see your actions.
Yeah.
And you're trying to dash. You also successfully circled the first spire. I would like you to roll complications for 8. That's 6. Okay, so 8, as you are starting to fly on the source sled, suddenly a flock of birds flies directly at you. I will need a dexterity saving throw. You managed to
Jeez,
directly avoid the flock of birds. What do you want to do?
Okay, well, Aid is really competitive, though he always loses. So he's going to cast Gust of Wind to give him a boost.
Could you link it? Let's see how could we... Gust of Wind. A line of winds in direction for the stars. Okay, how do you want to use this?
I'm gonna have both of my hands like facing behind my back and just like kind of twirling my fingers, and then like boosts of air just shoot out of the back of them.
Okay, so you have double the movement by using the spell, but you still need to roll acrobatics check for every spire.
Okay.
Go ahead. You managed to cross the first one.
Will I do it again?
Yeah.
Yes, I will need you to do it again for each spire. You have the blast of wind. It was created, but you did not quite make the turn on the second spire, which causes you have to come back and make the circle again. Roll a d20 for Natar. 18, no complications. Natar, what do you want to do?
Dash.
Go forth.
Oh crap.
Unfortunately, you were unable to cross the second spire safely. You had to make another turn that will slow you down a bit. Roll and complication for Grumman. No complications for Grumman. Grumman!
Let's go for that dash.
Okay, acrobatics in 16 as Grumman quickly gets on the lead. Grumman, roll complications for Henry. Nothing right now. Henry, what would you like to do?
Great. Dear God.
As you see that the Sour Sled is steering Henry and not the Henry steering the Sour Sled. Roll complications for Cyrus.
I like to imagine he's like hugging the sled rather than standing on it.
He is, yeah.
Like on his belly.
Just screaming through the air.
That's exactly what's happening. One plane was flying upside down.
So, sorry, not Grumman, but Cyrus, one of the students has fired a marble straight at your head from her slingshot. The attack managed to hit, which will cause disadvantage on your next acrobatics check.
I can attack during my action?
You can do anything. Think as dirty as you like if you want to.
So
cause
this
some
student that
damage.
just hit me in the head with this marble, how far away are they?
Oh God, no, don't attack the
Well,
Within 300 feet?
give me a moment. Yes, certainly within 300 feet. Why?
No, I was just gonna test sharpshooter out. Let's see. Trying to think. All right, I guess I'm gonna try to wobble Grumman's board with an
Okay.
arrow.
Okay. Roll to hit. Unfortunately, that's a miss as Grumman's unmatched dexterity is proving to be a valuable asset as he swiftly dodges your arrow with his sword sled.
I just give a shit-eating smile and salute at him. Not the end of my turn.
Roll for complications for aid.
All right, let's see. Where's my D20?
This is one of the best parts yet.
No,
Yes.
no. Go away, D12s. I don't want you.
15. Nothing happens. Aid, what would you like to do?
So my gust of wind, it has a duration of 1 minute.
Yes, but
So-
it procures a line, so you get an initial boost, but that's it.
Yeah, but the line is just behind me, so it keeps boosting as I move the board. Like, it's just directly behind my hands, is it not?
Okay. Give me a moment. I'll double check if it's actually directly behind your hands. I thought it was a stationary effect, but unfortunately, you procure a line and that's it. So you'll either need to recast it, or
Okay, well, do I have a bonus action in the air?
yes, you do. You have the same actions as normally. Just as you dash, you cross the spires.
Okay,
Oh.
well, for my bonus action, I'm going to change the direction of the wind again, and I'm going to go again.
Okay, so you're casting the. You're casting Gust of Wind again.
No, it says as a bonus action, you can change the direction in which the line blasts from you.
Oh, okay, okay. So use your bonus action, cross the first spire without any problems. Roll another check. And cross the third spire. You can see that 8 is more than halfway done already. But he's within your reach. Natar, throw 8. Throw me complications for Natar. Nothing. Natar, what would you like to do?
She's gonna call Terra over and have her distract Aid. Just kind of like fly in his face, and so he has to like swipe her away or something with his hands.
Okay, so
and
we will rule
that's
it
the
like
bonus
this.
action.
Since Terra is there, as long as so Aid will have to use an action to get Terra off him, or have disadvantage on his acrobatics check.
Okay. Yep. And then she's gonna dash because that's a bonus action, so she's gonna keep going.
Sure, go ahead. And with a natural 20 distracting Aid with Terra, you managed to cross 2 spires and in style.
Do I have to roll another acrobatics or just roll the d20 for Grommen?
A d20 for Grom. No, you don't need to roll another acrobatics. A nat 20 means you double your results. So just a
Okay.
d20 for Grommen right now. And nothing happens for Grommen.
You're welcome,
Perfect.
Grommen, by the way.
The air actually feels better nice. The one time you don't want a nat 20.
Yep. Let's go ahead and dash.
Unfortunately, this time with no avail, as you lose it on the turn, not managing to cross the third spire. Roll a d20 for Henry. A 7. So, same thing. Group of celebrating students. You managed to avoid them, but you'll have disadvantage on your next acrobatics check. These students, man, they love you. It got you off by a sec.
He's definitely on his belly now.
Definitely, yes. Well, he didn't fall off, but he's not crossing any spires. Roll complications for fight. Okay, 15, nothing happened. Cyrus, what would you like to do?
Going to dash. And then I'm going to dash one more time. All right, let's see. Skills.
Yes, okay, it's 30. So you managed to dash again. You're on the same position as Natar and Aid currently are.
Just readying another arrow. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Absolutely. So, roll complications for Aid.
All right.
Oh, it's worse than that, Natar.
Oh, come on.
Nothing happened. Aid, you have disadvantage because Terra is distracting you. What would you like to do?
So for my bonus action, I'm going to move the Gust of Wind onto Tar and try to blow her back.
Don't you have to recast it each time?
No,
Okay.
because as a bonus
Yeah.
action, I
Yeah,
can
you
move
can.
the Gust of Wind.
But
Yes.
it's stationary, I thought.
On him.
Yes, it's so as a bonus action, before the spell ends, you can change the direction in which the line blasts from you. So yes,
Cool.
blasts directly
Alright.
from him. Natar, roll a strength saving throw.
Oh, wow, it's oh boy.
But Natar is stronger than your winds, it would seem.
And then for my action, I'm gonna have Dante jump onto Terra and start punching out at Terra.
Yeah. What if I have this prey animal literally jump into this predator's mouth?
Yeah, well, Dante is made out of steel. He's got this.
He's got
Okay,
arcana
so-
skill.
What is
Yeah.
Dante?
No,
I don't
He's a
even
squirrel.
remember.
right. So if Natar decides so, Dante might die. Are you aware of that?
It's what Dante would do. He sees me in trouble. He would protect me.
Yeah. As you slow pitch softball toss him at the feral predator.
That's what he would do. The little squirrel
And
screaming.
can't Tara just like
Don't worry.
dodge?
Don't worry, Dante. This is what you
Yes,
want.
Terra can dodge, but that would leave Dante plunging into the ground.
He's throwing it at my bird, so yeah, she's gonna dodge.
Okay. Aid, as you were trying. So first of all, make a dexterity, so either dexterity or strength, whichever you prefer, ability check, which will indicate how accurately you throw Dante at Terra.
By the way, underhand's dexterity over.
This is a flying squirrel, right?
Yeah, right.
Oh, you
Dante
bastard.
sticks to Terra and basically
Probably
climbs on her back, grabbing her feathers in order to, control as much as it can.
She's still gonna
Oh,
attack.
that's awesome.
She's still on 8 though. He's on her back. Tara's still got her talons.
Okay, let's start it like that. Roll a grapple check on Dante, contested by Terra's grapple.
Oh god.
Oh boy. What is that? Oh
Well,
my
one's
God.
a primal spirit, the
bad.
other one's an actual squirrel.
This is the best stupid thing I've ever.
God.
It has to be recorded for your enjoyment.
Is it a strength ability check? Is it athletics? Like what am I rolling?
If you are trying to grapple, you have to use athletics. If you are trying to escape the grapple, it's athletics or acrobatics.
Oh, Dante.
So Dante goes in with a solid 3, and Terra goes in with a natural 20. So Dante is still on Terra's back. It's just he doesn't quite do much, as Terra seems to not even acknowledge Dante's existence. He's hanging there for dear life. He's not in control, my dude.
Oh god. Well,
I'm going to do that.
it's what Dante would have wanted.
Bad. It's what he would have wanted.
That's what he would have wanted.
Poor little squirrel was screaming the entire way.
This is totally worth the 5 gold pieces I spent on this squirrel. The ranger has been real uppity about her falcon, but here's my squirrel.
Not. It is a bloodhawk, not a falcon.
Point proven, but whatever.
Disadvantage on the. You still have disadvantage on the acrobatics checks. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna move forward.
Okay, with a 2, you don't manage to cross the first spire. Terra is just too distracting for it.
Do I still get my second one?
Yes, you still get your second one, but still with disadvantage. Until you use an action to get Terra off, Terra will be on you effectively.
Okay.
Let's see. So, roll complications for Natar.
Okay.
Two. So Natar, as you are trying to start off, you are accidentally targeted by a wayward firebolt from a wand training class. has a
Lovely.
+5 to hit.
Oh my
And
god.
2d10 damage, which will result in 4d10 damage instead. Let's see. Dealing 26 points of fire damage to Natar, but no further consequences of that.
Literally, these students are gonna kill us.
She's gonna tell Tara to keep going, and she's gonna go.
Okay. As you roughly manage to cross the next spire, you're in the lead right now.
All right. Sorry, Gromman. It's
all
have to
right.
happen sooner or later.
Gromman, you have another eccentric professor throwing an armful of papers onto you. I will need a dexterity saving throw.
He's just covered in papers.
Absolutely.
Nice.
Ooh, gets that 4. It was scary.
I love the digital dice.
So, Gromman, you managed to dodge them. What would you like to do?
Let's go ahead and dash around.
Okay, and you managed to cross the next spire. Currently out there with Cyrus, Aid. Unfortunately, Natar is ahead of you. But roll complications for Henry.
As Gromman gets to this point, he's going to use his ability to speak with beasts to look at Dante and be like, "What in the hell are you doing?"
So, give me a moment. As Gromman asks Dante, what the hell is he doing? He, with squirrely tears in his eyes, tells you, "Holding on!" Henry, another flock of birds, roll a dexterity saving throw.
He didn't say, "This is what I wanted."
Nate doesn't know that. Let's keep it this way.
Please, Mr. Disc, let's be reasonable about this.
So you managed to dodge the flock of birds. What do you want to do? Well, right now you see that Henry's still trying to cross the first spire, this time upside down. Henry, roll complications for Cyrus.
You said you have to dash in order to actually get around something, right?
Yes, you have to
Okay.
dash across the spire, but first I will need complications for you. None. Go ahead.
All right.
Nice.
I accidentally posted that a bit too soon, but that's what's going to happen in the near
First,
future.
I'm going to use a bonus action to dash.
Okay, 18, you cross the first spire, landing yourself close to Natar.
And then I'm going to take a shot at Atar's disc.
Roll to hit.
Wait, didn't you dash? Hey, wait!
Topping her disc, which will proc her to have disadvantage on her next acrobatics check. But
Still same shit. eating
Natar
bread, by the
only
way.
has one spire to go.
Oh,
So
wait,
I
the
can
fifth one's the
dash
last one?
and then
No!
attack.
Because he's a rogue, he can dash as a bonus action.
I have 2 levels of rogue.
So you could have dashed as a bonus action as well.
Now
I
I
realized
know.
there's only one more, or else I would have just dashed again.
So, 8. So, Cyrus, roll complications for 8 first.
Oh, man.
Oh no.
A natural 1. So, 8, you're starting off as Terra is currently bothering you, and what's worse, suddenly the statue of an animated gargoyle roars at you, startling you. I will need a DC 10 Wisdom saving throw.
This is all I care about is that.
Okay, nothing happens, although you know that if you would fail, you'll probably fall from your sword sled, so you're glad that you managed to handle it. So, 8, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna look over at Dante, see the tears trickling down his eyes, rethink my thoughts, and think maybe that wasn't what he wanted. And I'm going to fly up to Terra and just try to snatch Dante off Terra's back.
She'll let you take him. I mean, she's still gonna bug you.
Okay, so you
She can feel the wetness on her neck and her feathers from his tears.
And the bonus action, I'm going to do the gusty wind.
Okay.
So will that get me an acrobatics check?
No. If you use your action to get Dante, you wouldn't actually get that check because you're not a rogue. You cannot dash in your bonus action.
Okay. Well, then I'm gonna try blow Natar off course.
Okay. The line is actually really long. You can blow both Natar and Cyrus if you'd like.
Oh, awesome! I'll do that.
Okay, Natar, Cyrus, I'll need a strength saving throw.
Strength.
Always helpful to my fellow player.
One of my best. Oh.
Yes.
If
Oh
I
wait,
get
that may be bad.
So, Natar, because of the fact that you'll normally will not get a double disadvantage, we know that you have twice the actions right now, so you have disadvantage on the first one and on the second one.
Okay.
Go ahead. So, 8 first roll. Complications for Natar. 17. Nothing happens. Natar, you have 2 chances because of the 2 dash actions. Go ahead.
Bonus action. She's sending Terra to Cyrus. By the way.
Okay, you're sending Terra to Cyrus as a bonus action, giving him disadvantage, and an action. And an action, Natar makes it, landing near Flamewind.
Oh yeah, that's it then.
And being the winner of this race. But the
Natar?
reward doesn't actually go to you. You see that after you land, the Flamewind calls everyone's back and gives Henry a feather token.
Henry collapses on his back, saying, "Thank God." And thank you.
Natar just pats his back. It's okay. It's okay.
Unfortunately, only bragging rights for Natar. And this is where we are going to end up right here.
What kind of feather token is it? Do we know?
It's
Give me a moment.
Probably gives you Featherfall.
Yes, the one that gives you Featherfall. Exactly.
It's a 1 use though, right?
Yes, it's a 1 use. Whenever you were to fail, you cast Featherfall on yourself, and it activates automatically. So yeah, thank you for your session. For your session. Yes, it's yours after all.
Thank you for your session.
Thank you for your time, and it was a blast today.
Can we?
Especially like
Definitely.
the race part.
Can
The
we?
race was pretty awesome.
When we come back in a week, can we role play Dante's reaction to Aid when they are reunited? I would love to see that.
But I have some news first. We won't actually be getting back in a week because I will be absent next week. I'm heading on vacation for
Awesome.
Nice.
a few days. So
Good for you.
I'll be back for our next week
To the
without
5th
any problems. But other than that, this will be the one time I'll be calling quits.
Okay.
So yeah, thank you for today, and we'll be meeting each other in 2 weeks.
Sounds good.